What's up, guys? Hey, guys. Sorry I'm a little late. Little late. Look how bright I am today. Oh, wait, it didn't come on yet. You guys could see me, right? Huh. Oh, there we go. It's coming. Okay. Anyway, what's up, everybody? How are ya? Who do we got in here? Sheila. Oh, I love that name. No, I didn't forget. I'm sorry. I was trying to just get some last minute things together because I don't know. I was just trying to get all the current records, which like, I don't know. I was just trying to get stuff together, but yeah, I didn't forget about you. I'm here. Hey, Jenny. Yeah, I'm 16 minutes late though. I'm sorry. Hey, Go Batman, NK and Nihu. NK Nihu? I don't know. What does your name mean? You got to explain it. It's really pretty picture though. Hey, Angela. Jordy Justice. Sweet Caroline. Got Tennessee. Ange Texan. I want to. Hey, Neely. Mama 4. I want to do an open panel today. I'm waiting to see. Hold on, let me make sure that nobody emailed me because I emailed Black Dove to see if he wanted to come on because he was been wanting to, and I didn't get a chance last time, but he hasn't emailed me back. Okay, there's a few things I want to go over today. I want to go over they updated the timeline, so I thought it would be smart to just maybe go look at that first so we get refreshed in our mind what happened, what's all the details, who's who, the days and everything. So it's updated. So I haven't even got a chance to look at the new updated timeline. So let's start out by doing that. And then we'll watch I want to watch the new Candice interview. And I don't know. I just got a list of things I want to go over with you guys. Hey, Living Curiously. Hey, Sask. Wait, where's my phone at? Hold on a second. Let me get my phone. I got it. And my fan, it's on its last leg, guys. It's one of those fans that rotate. What is that called? Oh my god, I can't even think of the word where they go back and forth, and it's really long. It's like on a stand and it's like a long kind of one. And this was probably like a couple weeks, maybe like a month ago, freaking sure, I don't like it to be crooked. It's like I'm very symmetrical. I mean, I like everything. It's probably my OCD. But anyway, so my grandma, when she was up here, she fell over and it like kind of like cracked. It like went and like broke off the stand. And I'm like, oh, don't worry. It's okay. So I like popped it back on and it's been doing good every once in a while. I gotta adjust it, but I think I can't do it anymore. Like it keeps I can't get it to stay up. So I'm gonna have to suck it up and order a new oscillating. Yes, thank you. Oh, Glorindellen, I emailed you too. I want to play your video later. So let's look at the new updated timeline and just kind of go over that. How do you like my background, guys? It's kind of the same one I had the other day, but it's different colors. Okay, so hey Caitlin, thank you. It's got like a little bit, my shirt has a little bit of green in it, but I don't have, dude, with the clothes I have like very colorful clothes, and at least, probably I would say at least 85% of them have some shade of green in it. So it's like, what, I can't wear my shirts or I have little holes in it. So anyway, okay, so let's look at the timeline first and then we'll go from there. All right, let me bring it up. Oh, you know what I also have? I can't play it while we're looking at the timeline, but I put together like I don't even know how long a video with all the pictures, like a slideshow of the pictures. Remind me to play them one time as I'm talking about something. I want to play it just so, we keep Dylan's face in our minds and stuff. So it's like a bunch of pictures of Dylan. So I'll play that too in a little bit. just while I'm talking or whatever, or when people come up, if I have open piano, I can play it in the background. Okay, so let's do the updated timeline first. Have you guys seen the update? I'm not even sure when they updated it because I kind of took like a day off after. How many are in here that was was here for the all nighter? I'm kind of recovered from that yesterday. I couldn't keep my eyes open like all day yesterday, so I kind of just hung out with Zeke. It was my day to sleep with him, so just watch some YouTube, like my fun YouTube, that's not about the cases or anything, and just kind of um watched, just was lazy. I do watch other true crime for fun, but like it seems like when it's a case that I'm doing, making videos for, like I view that as work. So like on my fun time, like sometimes I'll look at old cases or even new cases, but that I'm not covering. Um, because then if not, it feels like I'm working, if that makes sense. If I just want to like have, a day off. Are you going? I bet you Glorindellen because what time did you end up getting up? Did you get any sleep that night? You're a trooper. I was so surprised when you hung in with us like almost the whole time, right? I think I ended it at like it was almost 6, I think, right? It was 5 something. And I don't know what time you dipped out, but man. And then you went to court. You were on it. Oh, thanks. Amber Riot, not turd. I love seeing you here. And we got our superhero Batman in the house. How's the weather in Florida, Batman? Too hyper, I bet. You'll have to tell us. I'm gonna put up a link in a little bit. You have to tell us if you want to come. I don't know though. I'm debating if I should put up the link or just like send it to everybody privately that wants to come up. I might just put it up and let people come up and just kind of alternate them every maybe like 20 minutes, you know, take whoever's up there down and let somebody else come up. Okay, so here's the new the updated whatchamacallit timeline. Look, my mom got me a coffee from this new coffee shop. It's called Shale. Never had it before. It's all right. It's different. It's I got a cappuccino. Can you guys see? Not that it's there's not really anything to look at. But she got me a cappuccino. And it's like it's different than Starbucks because I usually get mine from Starbucks. It's way different. At Starbucks, you get a cappuccino and like a lot of it's the foam because that's how they make it. Well, this was like filled up to the top and it's tasted a lot more milk, like a lot more dairy. Like you could taste the cream in it a lot more. So I'm not sure. It's like, are you sure this isn't a latte? Because lattes are more milk, but no, she said it was a cappuccino, so it's growing on me. It's cold now though. All right, so here's the update. Let's see what we got here. Who was the last person to see Dylan? Can you guys read that okay? Here, I'll do like there we go. Dylan was last seen by several unconfirmed eyewitnesses in Montello at the Saddle Sore Bar and Grill on Friday, 5/27. And then when was the last confirmed sighting of Dylan? Based upon confirmed bank account information, he was last confirmed to be at the Cowboy Bar and Grill on Thursday, 5/26/22. Okay. So, and you hear, I think it's on Donna. We're going to listen to that again because somebody emailed me and told me there's this new rumor going around about that interview that I want to listen to with you guys just to see if I missed something. But anyway, he says, and either the one with Jess or Donna, I think it's the one with Donna, that he sees him Friday at the bar because remember, he says that Kurt has family over that weekend and they ended up like, 3-wheeling or 4-wheeling or whatever, him and his family and stuff. But he says that he sees him Friday at the bar. Not sure then, because from the bank statement it says saddle sore. Okay, wait. Eyewitness. Oh, here we go. Never mind. I just read it. Why was I just associating that it had to be the cowboy? No, it could have been the saddle sore bar. Okay, eyewitness in Montello. Yeah, so that's probably the eyewitness is probably Kurt and whoever else. They saw him Friday. There we go. The bank account was from the Cowboy Bar and Grill on That'd be Thursday. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm glad they did put that in the official. So, who was the last person to speak with Dylan? Dylan had a phone conversation with his grandma on Saturday, 5/28 at 6:51 a.m. Let me write down that time just in case. He hung up saying that he had to go put his sea truck into the shed 5 miles away. And then when was Dylan's last phone ping? The last phone ping was on or near Dylan's farm at 3:41 p.m. on Saturday. So that's important to know too, because he was the last heard from at 6:51, and the last ping is Saturday at 3:41. So I wonder if they could, if they have narrowed it down, if they're able to narrow it down to the area on the farm. Because if you guys remember the Daybell case, they were able to narrow down Alex's phone, his GPS location down to the area that he was in on Chad's land. And Chad doesn't even have nearly as much land as Dylan, but they were able to narrow it down like the area, and it matched up to where they ended up finding the bodies and stuff. And it was just crazy how specific they're able to get with that case. So hopefully they are, because then we could see, did it ping like near the shed? What did he make it back home? Did it ping at the house? But even if it did ping at the house, it doesn't mean that it was him, because if somebody took him and the phone's with Dylan and they took him or his belongings back to the house, something could have happened at the shed still. So, okay, so 3:41. I just want to write these notes down. So that was the last ping, 3:41 Saturday. Okay. Here's the farm. Has the pond been drained and or searched? Yes, it was drained and searched on Tuesday. Yeah. And then what was Dylan growing? Triticale? I don't even know what is that? Triticale? Triticale? Triticale, I don't know. Is there anything missing from the farm? The only items missing are Dylan's phone, wallet, a pistol, and his key fob. So, wonder what they did with his phone. I mean, I guess they could have thrown it out anywhere, really. Is there a green silo and it hasn't been checked? There is not a silo on the farm. Hey, OG Lone Ranger, what's up? You got any interesting things to send me today? And did you want to come up on panel, or I don't know, maybe you're not the type that likes to do stuff like that, but if you are, you're more than welcome. If not, I totally understand. Hey, Lucas Boyd. By some, say Kurt got the info from Jim. So I'm unsure where Kurt came up with that info. Wait. Let me read it. A psychic told his ex-wife Dylan was abducted by some. Say Kurt got the info from Jim. So unsure where Kurt came up with that info. I'm not sure what he did. It was actually his ex-wife that it was the psychic that told him. And then he talked to Donna, which we're going to go over that, because did you guys hear? I got an email that supposedly somebody's saying that Kurt slipped up and said that Dylan cooked like food for his family that weekend or something. I went through that. Maybe I keep missing it, guys, but that's why I want to listen to it with you again. It's not that long. It's only like 7 minutes. We're going to do that in a minute after we go through this. I can't find that part. So I'm wondering, are you sure that wasn't on Jess's maybe? Because I remember him talking about that, but we'll go through it. Like I said, I was skipping through trying to find everything. So maybe I just missed it. I just can't even find the part where he's talking about Dylan cooking. And I know he talked about that. So it was either with Jess or Donna. So yeah, we'll do that together too. Okay. Anyway, so lead with love. What's up? Is it okay? Maybe I just kept missing it. I have it. We'll listen to it again. There was a part at the end that I missed when I played it last time, and we'll listen and then we'll see. Okay, pickup truck. Was the truck fingerprinted? Why wasn't the truck fingerprinted? At the beginning of the investigation, it was not considered a criminal investigation, so it was not fingerprinted. On 6/14, It was taken into police custody in Bonneville, Idaho, Idaho for processing. Was the interior of the truck clean? No, it was dirty and dusty like normal. How can you tell the truck was pressure washed? You could visibly see the pressure washer streaks, and there is still mud on the wheel wells. And remember, Kurt does say that it was Dylan that pressure washed it. So I don't know. That's just what he said. You believe him or not? I do for some reason, but I know some of you guys don't. Okay, grain truck and shed property. Hey, Tina Brown. Chase is one of them. Really? Chase Venstra. I didn't think they were related. Colin, what's up? Okay. What time is it there? Chase Ventura. He's the other suspect. So we'll go through those records too, where they named. So Chase and James Brenner are the two suspects. Haven't been charged yet, but they're the two suspects in Dylan Round's disappearance. So we'll get to all that in a little bit. Chase's mother Heather has passed away. Okay. Hey, Polly. Kurt is the one that put Brenner on that property because of the fire, is what I heard on another podcast. Maybe if I remember correctly, it was Ty that said that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, if you guys have been following this case closely, it's like almost like one side against the other. You have like some of the locals. It's crazy, but I guess you'll have that. You have some of the locals on one side, some on the other, and it's almost like it's like people on Kurt's side and people will think that Kurt's did it. It's like they're separated kind of like that. So some people, the locals that like Kurt and some that don't, I feel like is what it comes down to. And it's it sucks though, because you're going to have that in a small town. You're going to have people that don't like each other. So it's hard to really fully trust somebody that maybe has a thing against somebody in town. And then of course they might make it look like, oh, yep, it's him. Or they might even really think it's him. So just try to keep an open mind hearing all these people talking, because there are some people that stand behind Kurt and say he's a great person. We've talked to some people that said that. So just, there's two sides, and of course not everybody's going to like everybody. So I don't know. Okay, so where are we at? Okay, where is the property located? About 5 miles northwest of Dylan's farm property. So here's that picture. Oh, let me take this down so you guys can see. Here's that picture where the boots were found, and then Dylan's grain truck. And then where's there? Okay, I'm just trying to look at everything. So there looks like a trailer. Then there's the shed. Well, where's the... Huh. So it almost looks like... Well, never mind. I wish I could get a good look at the trailer that Jim was squatting on. Jim Brenner. Yeah, I think Chase and Brenner, James, I feel like the two suspicious ones. All right. So did Dylan own, oh yeah, why did Dylan keep his grain truck so far away from the farm? There is a shelter shed on his property to keep the seed dry. Wait, that doesn't answer the question, does it though? Wait, why did Dylan keep his grain truck so far away from the farm? There is a shelter and shed on this property. I read that wrong. I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. On this property to keep the seed dry. Did Dylan own the land the grain shed is located on? No, he did not, but he had permission to use it. Who is the landowner of the grain shed property? Known by the initials JC. So remember, the owner is the guy that's out of town. He doesn't even live out, he's out of state. So Jim supposedly was the middleman, kind of, that, Dylan had to talk to him to let him in. But I don't even see, like, where would the fence that people were talking about even be? Well, let's see if they talk about it on this. Has Dylan's grain truck been searched? Yes, it was searched day one. Did you check under the grain? Yes. Did the grain truck make it into the shed? Yes, it was in the shed when Dylan's family arrived on Monday. Oh, that's a good picture of him. Has the dirt and burn pile by his boots been searched? Yes. Did Dylan have muck boots he could be wearing? Dylan's muck boots were found in his trailer. Okay. Could Dylan be wearing another pair of boots or shoes? Dylan, since he was young boy, has had one pair of boots at a time, and has had one pair of boots at a time, and when they wear out, he buys another pair, the same set of boots. So no, he doesn't wear different boots or athletic shoes or anything like that. The boots being found is a significant piece of evidence pointing to foul play. Were the boots dry or muddy? They appear to be dry and not to have been exposed to the weather, according to Candice. First Idaho News initial interview. So that's where that came from. Wait, so they appear to be dry and not have been exposed to the weather, according to Candice. Okay. Has the drop of blood DNA been analyzed yet? They were finally sent to the lab. The drop was found to be blood, but it was not determined if it was animal or human. No further information has been released from law enforcement. So they haven't found anything. Hey, Mark. They haven't got the results yet, basically. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I from like people, I don't think. I mean, I don't think there's been anybody that said that he was used. Seemed like he was pretty focused on doing his thing, right? But who knows? He's a dentist in Utah, Dr. Joe Chicky. Don't quote me. Okay, thanks, OG Ranger. You always got some good information. Um, thanks, Sally Sue. Hey, Bamacott. There is. You want me to show you? There is. I showed that on one of the videos. I'll show you. That's why I don't understand. That part bothers me. Hold on. About him not having other shoes. I just don't get it, which is not a big deal, but like why in such denial? But like with that being said, I think I like Candice. I mean, nobody's perfect. I think she's doing a good job. Yeah, there might be a history where, she made some mistakes, but I think she legitimately wants to find him, I think. Okay, so let me show you the picture that you're talking about. And then we'll finish the timeline. So I think with her being so consistent at the beginning with the media, like that she got law enforcement to get on it as quick as possible, you know? And I think her intentions are to find Dylan. I really do. I don't think there's anything shady. I think maybe, yeah, maybe she did make some mistakes as a mother. I mean, but I don't feel like we should be judging. I do think now she's trying to do the right thing. Where did I put that picture? Yeah. I thought I put it in the new pics, but I guess not. Hold on. I guess I just put them with all the other ones. Watch. Sorry, guys. I wasn't planning on necessarily showing that. That's why I don't have it already. But where is it? It's making me mad. Because I don't know what I put it. But while we're waiting, so how, you know what, while we're waiting, this is a perfect time to put up like, hold on, let me get this up. So every time we're waiting, I could put up the pictures that I have for his case. 1 second. There we go. So you have something to look at while we're waiting. Okay. Now let me go find that other picture. Maybe I didn't even put it into a file yet, probably. Yep, I didn't. There it is. I thought I did, but I didn't. Okay, here we go. Here, this is the one that you're talking about. Well, you could tell. Hopefully, let me zoom in. You could tell that these are, white gym shoes or whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm not that's the thing that gets to me, but maybe she's just not aware. I don't know, but so that's that. All right, let's go back to the timeline. Okay, so encounter with some guy. Dylan told both of his parents about some guy who jumped out at him while he was driving to Montello on Wednesday, 5/25. He said the guy was acting very strange, like he was under the influence of something. Didn't have shoes and was scratched up and bloody. He said he did not give him a ride, but eyewitnesses have confirmed he did give him a ride to Montello and let him charge his cell phone to call his father for a ride. His mother feels like he didn't want her to worry about his safety, so that is why he told her he didn't give him a ride. And we come to find out that that is Chase Venstra, that is the guy that jumped out and asked for a ride. And he is in custody, and he has been named a suspect now. So supposedly he was like beat up, bloody. I heard he might have actually had one shoe on and like something tied around his foot or something like that. But so that's that. Okay, so was this guy identified? Yes, by eyewitnesses and by the person himself. It was Chase Venstra. Was he doing what was he doing running around the desert without shoes and bloody? This can't be confirmed, so we really do not know. But Chase himself has said he was looking for his daughters and a gun. He states he did have shoes. And he says he does have an alibi. At first they said, "Oh, he has an alibi because he was spotted like I think the next day, like 200 miles away." But if you look at the time, he definitely could have gotten there. And number 1, number 2, we don't even know exactly when it happened, and we're assuming it was sometime that morning right after he talked to his grandma, right? But I guess we don't know for sure when he disappeared. Um, but so that was going around for a while. Well, he has an alibi, but not really because he definitely could have been where they said he was for his alibi at that time and still have done something. So, and even when I had Candice on, she even said that he's not cleared. Like nobody's cleared. She's um still doesn't know if he has anything to do with it. And now that he's been named a suspect, I'm sure they're finding out information. So why did Dylan go to Montello, Nevada? Montello was the closest small town to get some gas and a hot meal. He would go there after a long day and eat and spend time with friends he made in the town. Where would Dylan eat? Dylan would eat at a cowboy bar and cafe or use the pizza oven at the Saddle Sore bar, a grill to cook his frozen pizzas. Did the Saddle Sore serve food? No, they no longer served food, but because he was a family friend, they let him cook his pizzas in the oven. Is there a connection between the Saddle Sore and the cowboy bars? Yes, they are both owned and operated by the same family. Would Dylan ever spend the night in Montello? Yes, he would. Rather than make the drive home after spending time with friends, he would just sleep at a friend's empty mobile home and make the ride home in the morning. And we come to find out that was Kurt's that he would stay at. Are the cameras or video available from any of the businesses in Montello? No, there has been no video evidence discovered. How far is Montello from Dylan's farm? It's about 20 miles, about a 35-minute drive. Searches and investigation. Let me see who's. Hey, Josie Jules. Lonnie, what's up? Hey, Kentucky Bluebirds. No, I know. It's weird because he said it was a stranger because maybe he just told his mom that. I mean, there could be a reason why he lied to her about it. Because I'm pretty sure it was said that he probably did know who Chase was, but I don't know. Yeah, pretty sure he did, but we don't know why he called him a stranger. Yeah, but he could have done that purposely, like, to get ahead of it because no he knew probably, "Oh, shoot, they knew that he gave me a ride, so I better just, act like I have nothing to hide. Yeah, he gave me a ride. I did, I charged my phone. My dad came and picked me up," or whatever he said. And remember, he got a ride to Lucin from Robert Aviles, so that's another person I feel like is gonna be named a suspect too soon. Um, so why did Robert take Chase into Lucin? Like, what was there some kind of plan? This kid that has a lot of money. So maybe are we sure that Dylan even really knew Chase that well? Maybe he kind of was a stranger to him. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe not, but we don't know why he told his mom that either way. Awake in the art, what's up? How's your doggy? Oh, you spoiling her. Hi, crime curious. Okay, so what types of wait? Oh no, I skipped one. How come Box Elder County did not help more in the beginning? At the beginning of Dylan's disappearance, it was not considered a criminal investigation. It was considered a missing person investigation. What types of searches has been conducted? Searches in the area took place by BESO, so that's what Box Elder County or Box Elder Sheriff's Office, along with the Weber County Fire and Rescue with helicopters, an airplane, ATVs, horses, on foot search parties, and cadaver dogs. After 6 hours, Box Elder called off the search because they were 99% sure that he wasn't in the 3 by 5 mile area search radius. 230 or 200 to 300 search volunteers of all types searching on the Utah side, including 5 private air searches until they ran out of fuel. Diesel Brothers searched with their helicopters and took video footage of the tire tracks in the wash that later ended up being from a volunteer's truck who had been searching for Dylan. Nevada organized search looking for a particular bunker and was found and cleared. Other areas of interest were also searched by all means available to Elko County Sheriff's Office and public volunteers. Equal search drone activity has taken over 2,200 images to be reviewed with their color imaging software. So I don't know if they found anything like maybe disturbed dirt, because if they buried him, I mean, you just never know. So hopefully they got the area in time before it like settled. Skill mine and cave divers have searched as many of the caves and mines in the targeted area as safely as they can. Why are searches on hold? Organized searches are on hold to allow for law enforcement and FBI to conduct their investigation without any hindrance or interference in order to avoid jeopardizing the investigation. Once we can safely resume searching, we will be posting that information to our Facebook group. And I don't think that's weird when it's getting all this attention and people want to come from out of state and not have like it wouldn't be set up like a professional search. I don't think it's that weird that they stopped it. I know they're getting a lot of crap like, oh, what? It's all Candice and she stopped it. She doesn't really want to find her boy and all this stuff. But I've seen this happen before. Like sometimes it is to not jeopardize the case because maybe they know a lot more than we know. Remember that, guys. They know a lot more. So maybe is a reason why they don't want random people coming with different agendas from different states and setting up their own search. That it could ruin what they got going on. So I don't think it's that weird is what a lot of people do. Because remember, they might know they know a lot more than we do. Wow, that's stuck. Okay, are there any suspects? 7/7/22. James Jim Brenner has been named a suspect in the disappearance of Dylan Rounds, per a joint press release by Elko County Sheriff's Office and the FBI. Is there any connection between Dylan's disappearance and the disappearance of Aiden Clune? Law enforcement and the families do not believe they are connected. Is there a GoFundMe account? No. The family has publicly stated they do not have a plan to start a GoFundMe. Please report any GoFundMe collecting money associated with Dylan Rounds. Who's who? Dylan Rounds, he's the missing person. Candice Cooley is the mother, Dylan's mother. Justin J.R. Rounds is Dylan's father. Don D.H. Don is a family friend of Dylan's grandfather. He helped Dylan on the farm until about 6 weeks before his disappearance, when they parted company over a difference of priorities. Lives about 5 miles from the grain shed property. James Jim Brenner, JB, a friend of Don's and also helped Dylan on the farm. He lived squatted on the land where Dylan stored his sea truck. Has a criminal and violent past. He is currently in custody on federal weapons charges and has been named a suspect in the disappearance of Dylan Rounds. Chase Ventrust CV, the person identified as accepting a ride from Dylan from the side of the road in Lucin to Montello on 525. He is currently being held on unrelated federal weapons charges. So wait, Glorindellen, has Chase been officially named a suspect though? Because I feel like even the new court documents, I have to look through I'm gonna go through them with you guys again, but I don't even think. Are you sure it says that? Did it say that in court that he has been officially named? I know everybody's saying that, but um, I gotta look through those documents again. I know say it in the Jim Brenner one, but we'll look through the new Chase ones and see. Um, Robert Aviles, RA, a friend of Chase, identified as the person accused of holding Dylan hostage at his mother's home, but turned out to be a false report based on a psychic information. He had been at one point squatting in one of the trailers on the Green Shed property. Robert is currently in police custody for unrelated charges. So look at all this connection. I mean, he was squatting on the land too. I mean, not in the moment, but he previously freaking Jim and then Chase getting the ride. I mean, I think they all three could have teamed up, right? Okay, so where are we at? Kurt Wadsworth, CW, a friend of Dylan's from the farming community who would help him out on his farm occasionally. He would let Dylan stay the night at a mobile home that he had set up in Montella and wasn't using. Kurt was told second or third, or he was told second or third hand about psychic reading that said RA was holding Dylan. Remember, RA is Robert Aviles, is holding Dylan hostage at his mother's home in Montello. He called Candice and told her. The police showed up and searched the entire property, and Dylan was not found. Troy Wadsworth, TW, Kurt's brother and owner of the Cowboy Bar and Cafe and the Saddle Sore Bar and Grill. Jim Terry, JT, a person the family hired to perform private investigation services that has since been asked to cease and desist investigating on behalf of the family. Okay, so that's the updated timeline. It didn't go into they didn't even include, like, the days, though. But no, I like it. They added a lot. The other one had, like oh, I guess it does kinda include it as it lists the stuff about what May 26th was, um wait, that was the day that he was at the saddle sore, right? And then May 28th is when actually, hold on, let me see something. Let me get the old one up here too, and then I wanna but while we're doing that, I'll play this while I'm looking. Hold on. Here's the other one. I just want to see how. Remind me what I had in here. Yeah, so May 25th was when he tells his mother about a strange encounter with some guy. So that's when he had that encounter with Chase. It just says bloody and barefoot. So I'm not sure if he was both his feet, maybe both of them were barefoot. I don't know why. Somewhere I heard he had one shoe on, but maybe not. May 26th is when he was in Montella via bank account usage. So at the Saddle Sore, when the bank account showed that he got some lunch there. And then also Dylan's last phone call with his mom and dad was May 26th. On Friday, May 27th, eyewitness confirmed sighting of Dylan in Montello. So that was, I think, what Kurt was talking about at the Cowboy Bar, that he saw him there. And then May 28th was the suspected day that he disappeared. 6:51 a.m. is when his grandma talked to him, and then his phone pinged at 3:41. So, oh, that's it. At 10 p.m. that day, that same day, actually, at 10 p.m., Chase was seen on camera 200 miles away from Lucin. I mean, but you could get 200 miles from if something happened in the morning at 7 in the morning, I mean, he definitely could get 200 miles from that. And I know Dylan's phone pinged at 3:41, so does that mean, because now his phone's gone, so that means whoever was there, but that they could have came back and got it, or Chase could have had it somebody else, like, Chase could have left in the morning sometime if he was involved, and there could have been still someone else there taking care of the rest. So it doesn't mean if Chase is involved, it doesn't mean that necessarily he was there till 3:41, and that's how they're like, "Well, 3:41, then how could he have gotten to Lucin at 10 PM, 200 miles away?" Which he still could have, right? Yeah. Yeah, he still coulda got that in a car. I mean, yes, he still coulda got that far anyway, but regardless, we don't even know. It doesn't mean he would be there until 3:41 because I think there's more than one person involved, so somebody else coulda stayed behind and did some stuff? But that was supposedly, I think, why he was saying he had an alibi, right? Alright, so now this is another here, check this out before we watch the thing with Candice, the new interview outside the courthouse. I wanna show you this. So, this was an article from, East Idaho News, okay? A man who continually posted bond in drug trafficking cases has been arrested again. Look what his name is, Aaron Wadsworth. Isn't that Kurt's son, right? At least, I mean, that's what Kurt's son's name was. So it says a suspected Idaho Falls drug trafficker is now accused of having someone erase data on his phone as police investigated his case. Aaron Wadsworth, 34, already faces a lengthy list of charges, including methamphetamine and fentanyl trafficking charges for multiple arrests since September. Now Wadsworth is charged with felony destruction of evidence and felony possession of marijuana. God, he looks older than 34, huh? It's crazy how meth could really age you. Um, while the Idaho Falls Police Department searched Wadsworth's home, investigators seized two of Wadsworth's cell phones. Wadsworth and another man were arrested and booked into Bonneville County Jail as detectives continued investigating, according to an affidavit of probable cause. Police put the phones into a Faraday box or a device used to protect digital evidence and block the phone's ability to connect to towers. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Valerie. Christy. Don't speculate about Aaron. He is Kurt's son and has made some bad decisions, but doesn't have anything to do with his dad. But doesn't have. Oh, okay. Okay. I just thought it was interesting that I saw this article. But no, I definitely won't. Okay. So where are we at? Here, let me just put up a link. If anybody wants to come up while I'm going through this stuff, I might as well just put it up now, right? All right, hold on. Let me get it up there. So if anybody wants to come up, you don't have to show your face. You definitely can. It's really easy. It's with StreamYards, and all you have to do is you just click on the link and it'll say, do you want to share your audio? Of course, you have to at least share the audio because we have to hear you. But then it'll say, do you want to share your the video? And if you don't want to show your face, you could just say no. If you just want to do audio, but if you do want to share your face, then share your face. Um, okay, hold on one second. All right. Let me pin this. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me write a message so you guys know what it is. Hold on. I'll do it again. All right. Okay, so it's pinned now. All right. Where are we at? Let's finish reading this here. Where are we? Here we are. While Wadsworth sat in jail, he's accused of calling a woman and asking her to wipe his iPhone remotely. Investigators listened to the recorded jail call, and the woman admitted to wiping the data. When the police went to open the box and check Wadsworth's phone, a detective wrote in court documents that the device reset and data was missing from the phone. The phone also showed the owner had locked it. Police report that a second phone still had the data police obtained. Wadsworth called the woman the following day and confirmed the phone had been wiped. Police also report during their search warrant, officers found a glass jar with THC, honey, or concentrate. THC is the main psychoactive compound in marijuana. After the phone was wiped and Wadsworth made the calls, he posted $85,000 bail and was released. He was arrested again on the new felony charges Wednesday and booked into the Bonneville County Jail. He was then released after posting $50,000 bond. Wadsworth is scheduled for another preliminary hearing on March 8th. Although Wadsworth is accused of crimes, it does not necessarily mean he committed them. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. So I don't know. I just saw this. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. It's from February. So yeah. Anyway, okay, so let me take this down. I'll just add this while I'm getting the next thing up. Let me. All right, hold on one second. I just have to listen to this text that could be relevant to. Hold on, let me put this on mute. Just give me 1 minute. I just got. Okay, sorry guys. I just had to listen to something. I'm trying to figure out. Somebody sent me something. They said I could share it, but I'm just trying to figure out what it's in reference to so I could tell you. I'm a little bit confused. So I'm waiting to see a response and then I'll share it with you guys. Okay. Dylan is close to 3 different states. Wait, the area where Dylan was is close to 3 different states: Utah, Nevada, and Idaho. Yes. Yes, I am aware. Thank you, Christy. Peace and love. I am out of here. If anyone ever needs encouragement, I'm easy to find. Aw, why are you leaving? Or did something happen, or a cup of color? Hold on. I don't know. I am so confused. Okay, let's play. Oh, somebody sent me a super chat. Oh, thank you. Let lead with love. Let's watch. Is Glorindellen here? I was gonna play the news clip, but maybe I should just play the one you got from your when you went. Thank you. Wait, what do you mean? It's Jim. Lead with love. What's Jim? I'm confused. What you mean? Okay, so let me play. I'll play at least. Let me play the news clip first. How many of you guys have seen the new interview or whatever with Candice? I'll play the news clip and then I'll maybe play the clip that Glorindellen got where it's like the whole thing where she just. Hold on a second, let me find it. All right. I'm not on mute, am I? No. Okay. It's like, am I on mute? All right, let me see if he responded so I know. Well, maybe you guys could just help me. He said I could use it. Somebody sent me something. This is what I was sent. It's supposedly supposed to be Ty talking out as he's been. So Ty must be the alpaca guy, I guess. Maybe you could help me make out what it is. It's like 30 seconds. Let's listen to it. And then I'll play that interview. All right, I have that ready. Now let me play it over here. The thing I was sent. All right. Hold on one second. Let me just make sure. No, guys, do you think I should play? I don't even really know who this person's talking about. Okay. But I guess we'll just see. Let me share my screen here. It's weird. All right, do that and then. Okay, here we go. Hold on one second. I'm getting it, guys. I'm just trying to get it set up here, add to stream. Let me do it like that. Okay. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear it. Let me know if you could hear. No, it's not. No, hold on. It's not showing up because I'd be able to hear it. Hold on. So I shared. Let me try to share my screen again. I wonder why it didn't share. It should share the audio. Hold on. Let's see. Share. Share. Okay. All right. Add to stream. But hold on. This. Add to stream. Oh, hold on. This. Add to stream. Oh, hold on. This. It's doing that weird thing. I'll just have to share it over here somehow. Remember last time it did that? Where it just kept repeating it. So hold on. Let me remove this. I'll stop this screen. Let me try to do it again. Because I have to do it like this because the way that glitch that I was telling you guys about, this is where it's screwing me up. I can't just do it simply because of this stupid glitch on this computer. So let me try it one more time. You know what? Hold on. I think I know what I could do. I think I could do it over here too. As long as it comes up as a file. Hold on. Sorry, this wasn't planned. I just got sent in, so I just didn't have it ready. All right, let me share file. Let's see if it comes up onto my files, and then you guys could help me. Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's see. I don't want it. Hold on a second.
Not to kill him, but to make him wake up.
Can you hear?
And all the charges were dropped except for making him. They wanted to sell the whole.
Hold on. There we go.
Not to kill him, but to make him wake up. And all the charges were dropped except for making him. They wanted to sell the whole. They wanted to.
Where's the rest?
Sell the whole property. And I was forced to shoot at a man, not to kill him, but to make him wake up. And all the charges were dropped except for making a loud noise. And the reason I admitted to doing that is because I have a wife I have to take care of. She's very sick.
I don't know what that means.
Not to kill him, but to make him wake up.
It's
and all the
probably a
charges were
tie.
dropped except for making him. They wanted to sell the whole. They wanted to. They wanted to sell the whole property. And I was forced to shoot at a man, not to kill him, but to make him wake up. And all the charges were dropped except for making a loud noise. And the reason I admitted to doing that is because I have a wife I have to take care of. She's very sick.
So that's that. I don't know. Somebody just sent it to me and said I could share it, and it's Thai. So I don't know whatever that means. Yeah, he's just telling. I mean, I know what it means. He's talking about what he did, but I mean, how does it relate to the Dylan? I don't know if it even does, but yeah, basically that's what it's. You're on it, Jeffrey. Yes, I like your name, Jeffrey Whitty. So yeah, okay. So let's play. Let's play what I was gonna play now. Sorry, guys. I just thought I'd share it since I just got it, but that's that. Now let's share a couple news clips, and then hopefully I might share Gloridellen's. Is she still in chat though? Where's you at? Where you at? All right. I don't know if this is the one I wanted to share. Let me see.
Learning more tonight about the suspect in the disappearance of Dylan Rounds. He pleaded not guilty to an unrelated felony gun charge earlier today. And Dylan's family was in the courtroom. News Specialist Matt Rascone has reaction and some more on what we are learning about the suspect's past. Matt?
Yeah, Mike, the suspect was in court in a blue outfit and chains. Behind him were Dylan's family members. In front, attorneys were arguing for and against his release. The judge ultimately determined he's a flight risk and a danger to the community.
It was a little bit of weight lifted off my shoulders just knowing.
200 miles from the search for Dylan Rounds in the vast desert near Nevada.
Good to see him in shackles.
Suspect James Brenner pleaded not guilty to an unrelated charge, being a felon in possession of a firearm.
Until we know, it's hard. I mean, you know, you have emotion, but we need to know.
Dylan's mom, Candice Cooley,
Then we can move forward.
was in the courtroom when the prosecutor recounted what he called Brenner's atrocious history, including a malicious shooting, illegally transporting and possessing a firearm, and a pending aggravated assault charge where he's accused of beating a 70-year-old man.
That's a relief knowing he's not going to get out. They are holding him.
Cooley says Brenner sometimes worked with Dylan. He was his closest neighbor in Lucin when he went missing on May 28th.
He just said he was a crazy old man who lived out in the desert.
According to a complaint, after Dylan went missing, Brenner asked a friend to keep 3 muzzle loaders and a rifle safe. When the friend asked why, Brenner said it was for his own safety and that the last time he had trouble with the law, they took everything.
I think James did something to him. I think he snapped. Especially hearing more of what I hear in court.
The Box Elder County Sheriff's Office says they are actively building their case.
That's going to be our key. That's what we need. Somebody to talk.
Until then, the family is doing what they can to find their son.
Keep looking forward to getting the answers and being able to bring Dylan home.
Brenner is now in U.S. custody on that felony gun charge. He remains a suspect but does not face any charges related to Dylan's disappearance.
No, I know that was his ex-wife. That's why I put the link up. I was hoping maybe she'd come in, Christy, if you're still in the chat. That'd be awesome to join. I don't think she's in here anymore, though. I don't see her chatting. But that's why I took her opinion like serious. It wasn't just some random person talking about it. I knew who she was. So I'm like, okay, well. So maybe I should have just reached out and specifically asked her, huh? I don't know. I just didn't want to come on like if she wasn't interested in coming up. But yeah. Oh, hey, Glorindellen. Oh, look how cute. The
right time.
What's that?
I was just trying to see which tab I had the sound on to make sure I had the right one. So.
Okay, you got the right one. How cute is that little cat?
Oh yeah, I was Googling shabby chic and that cropped up. I went, oh,
that's so freaking cute. Hey, Aussie True Crime. So tell us about your experience. I know I got some emails. So you didn't get to go into chases, right?
No, there was a problem with either some of the cell phone companies or with the court. I'm not sure which, but like T-Mobile and Verizon calls weren't getting through to the court, and it may be that my phone company goes through one of their systems. So I couldn't find anything on the link, and I tried to call the court, couldn't get through to court, so I went, well, it'll be just better to go up in person anyway. So I drove up to court on Friday morning, and I got there and they said, oh no, it's only electronic. And so they emailed me the link, and I went outside and tried to pull up the link, and the link wouldn't work. So I went back in, and they said, well, that's really strange. So they gave me the phone number for calling in. And so I listened to it sitting on the grass outside. And it was kind of not a big deal. The state of Montana did not collect Chase during the 30 days in which they had to do so after requesting to extradite him. I suspect that the FBI and Box Elder County were in communication with Montana behind the scenes saying, hey, you know, we need this guy. And that Montana decided to not press the extradition issue. So they said that Montana could file another request to extradite if they wish, and that the matter would be revisited on, I think it's August 12th. Or
August
let me
12th.
grab
Yeah,
my notebook.
I think I did see that date somewhere. August 12th. Why does that look? Or maybe that's what you told me. You emailed me.
Okay, that August 12th is when the trial date is supposed to be for Jim Brenner. Let me turn the page back to. No, it's also August 12th.
Both? Wait, they're both for August 12th?
Yeah, for revisiting the extradition matter at 9 a.m. for Chase, and I suspect that nothing's going to happen on that. Jim Brenner has got a. Oh no, it's September 12th. So
okay,
September 12th.
Wow, that's far. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I don't think that trial date is going to actually happen on September 12th, because it's normal for a criminal case to have continuances, delays, so that they can do the build the case. Now, I think he's got a trial date coming up on the 2021 charge for assaulting the old guy. Turns out it was a 70-year-old man that
said old. Oh, 70. Thank you. Okay, 70. Yeah.
70-year-old man who he's assaulted with an aluminum lawn chair.
Oh, yeah. Let me bring up that record while we're talking about that. Wow. Yeah.
And I didn't catch the trial date. It seems like it was sometime around the 19th, but I need to double check on that point. And so you can see that took place in 2021, and it's just now coming to trial. So you can kind of anticipate, if it took that long for an assault with an aluminum chair, which is kind of probably a few months in jail, gun charges, which can land you in jail for years, isn't going to be happening in a matter of, 7 weeks or 5 weeks or no, well, I guess I'm getting my months mixed up. 2 months basically.
Oh yeah, it does say metal. It says yep, right here. Defendant attacked the elderly victim and beat him up. The defendant punched him in the face and knocked him down. The defendant then kicked the victim multiple times in the face, head, and ribs. The defendant then started beating the victim with a metal folding chair. He's lucky he didn't freaking kill him. You know what I'm saying? 70-year-old guy, you're attacking him like that?
Oh, yeah, some 70-year-olds are pretty frail compared to others. So, and the charge that he had on the malicious assault and malicious something else, that was for a shooting incident. He attempted to murder someone, and he did a year of jail time for that. And I think that was something like the 1989 or something like that.
Oh, 86. I have that one too. Yes. Okay. It said assault with intent to kill, rape, and rob. Let me bring that up. Yes, you're right, dude. We went over that. It's just crazy. This guy has a potential. That's the thing. He has not potential, that's the wrong word for it. He's capable of doing it, I think.
It's in his nature to do this, and so if he got into it with Dylan, it's not out of character for him to do that level of violence. So
Yes, I agree.
He's definitely not somebody that you want to hang out with.
No, definitely not. So, wait, you're saying, remind me what you said. You did get to go and see Jim, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
First, let's see if there's anything else on Chase first.
Okay, wait, we're still talking about Chase. Okay, let's Chase,
see.
did you said it was video, but was it for the public or what?
Yes, the public could tune in, and that will be how it is on August 12th when the case is revisited, to see if there's anything, and I think that it'll be just the same as it was this time. So, I'll probably tune in for that by phone, but it's going to be kind of a big nothing burger. I was chatting with Marcos Ortiz while waiting for him to come up, and and afterwards, so like that was a big lot of nothing. So anyway, that final. Oh, let's see. He is being held. I mean, he does have a criminal charge for Utah for fugitive, being a fugitive from justice. Now,
who are we talking about right now?
Chase.
Oh, okay. Let me take that
because he fled Montana and he's in Utah. It's a criminal charge to be in Utah when you are wanted in another jurisdiction, and so in a previous case that the judge talked about, it was explained that if that person went back to the state where they were wanted and resolved the issue there, then the Utah case for being a fugitive would be dismissed. I don't see Chase being released to go to Montana to resolve the issue, but it's kind of moot because he's wanted on more serious charges of the weapons violations. So
okay.
So
did they actually name him as a suspect though? And Dylan, are you sure that they named him? Because it doesn't say
they named him as a person of interest, but KSL, when they reported that he was named as a person of interest, they declined to identify him by name. So it's kind of strange that
it's not in that document
named him, but the network wouldn't. So
here, let me bring up the document. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm going to bring up.
I went home after Chase's hearing and listened to a few podcasts on the way so that I could kind of catch up on things, and then went to the federal courthouse in the afternoon for Jim Brenner. I got a text from Marcos saying that the family would be present, and I was going, oh, well, that's big.
Yeah.
And so I got there, and I had originally planned to get there plenty in advance, and of course things always take longer than you think. So by the time I got there, the courtroom was fairly full, and so once again I was sitting just behind Jim, and I couldn't get over in the point I wanted to because there were too many people. But he was in a faded blue, faded denim blue prison uniform this time, and when he got up to leave, I stood up and eyeballed him. He couldn't be. I mean, he's either my height, maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches taller max. He is not the 5'10", 5'11" that some people are saying.
Oh, some people are saying that he's that tall. I never even heard that. What?
Apparently some booking data says he's that tall, and I think that it's either a typo or the person entering the data thought it was written wrong and put it, gave him an extra 10 inches or something because
yeah, oh my god,
because they thought 5'1", that can't be right. So I've seen it 5'1", and apparently he's listed in the Weber County booking data as 5'10". So
Yeah.
you know,
And
I
then
went,
the one I found is had 42 feet. But here's
yes,
the
he's not that short
no,
he's
I
short, but he's
know.
not that short.
Here's this is that offense we were talking about. So it says assault right here, assault with intent to murder, rape, and rob, and it was from July 1986. This is from James Brenner. I just wanted to show you guys this again. And so yeah, he has malicious injury repealed, assault with intent to murder, and then you see right here it says rape, rob. Can you guys read that? Isn't that
bad.
crazy? That's what I was saying. If he, I think I figured out he would be in his 20s, right, at the time.
Mhm.
So it's like, but he didn't learn his. I mean, he kept with his history, his criminal history.
No, and the defense attorney tried to downplay that, say, well, you know, the prosecution is conflating the charges. They are miscategorizing them and so forth. They're trying to make it sound like there's a lot more, you know, incidences than there really are. But hey, those 3 charges on that date are very significant charges. I mean, attempting to kill somebody, attempting to you know, SA somebody and so forth, those are very serious and distinctly different types of crimes. So, you know, you can't just whitewash it and say this was just one incident. It shows one extremely serious incident. So
yeah, and then he had violations in 88. He had
yeah,
a violation of probation, so he wasn't learning either. Like, so it's not like he screwed
no,
up in his past and he learned and he became a better guy. No, he repeated. So he's definitely capable, in my opinion.
well, she was saying, well, 10 years would go by and nothing would happen. Well, no, arrests would happen. That doesn't mean nothing happened. Usually what the criminal history is only the tip of the iceberg. What is actually happening. They usually do a lot more crimes before they actually get caught on anything. So
good point. That's a really good point. Just because there wasn't charges doesn't mean that he didn't do them. And there was charges, though. That's the thing. He's violated so much. There was. So that's not. Look at all this. This is all on. Wait, now I put Chase's up. Hold on. I had Brenner's up, but I have them both up right here. Okay. So I have James Brenner. That was who we were just looking at. But hold on. Let me go back to Brenner over here. Sorry. Okay. So this is all him. And then look at right here. I want to show you this because this is all the times that he violated. This was from the 86 thing, but he kept violating probation. So like he has all of this, like he just kept coming back. So no, yeah, I don't know what that lady's talking about. Well, if this is lawyer, right? You're saying?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a defense attorney to try to job to try to portray their client as a choir boy, and you know, he's not.
No, he's far from that.
Let's see what else my notes say. He did look like he had either an extremely trim beard or that he was unshaven. It was a little hard to tell because of the angle and the fact that I couldn't get somewhere to get a better angle. But his hair is extremely short. Okay. I'm wondering if he did have the longer beard and got things cropped to look squeaky clean for court or something.
Oh, I see. Maybe, huh?
Yeah, because they want to present a good image to the court and see I'm a good upstanding person, you know, I'm grandfatherly, you don't want to think ill of me kind of situation. But let's see. One thing on the prosecutor said was that there are more state charges pending regarding firearms which didn't fall under the federal statute. So he's got a state case also on weapons as well. which is going to be coming, but that's obviously probably going to get superseded because I'm pretty sure he's going to be charged fairly soon.
Yeah, you think it's coming soon. Wonder how.
Let's see. He pled not guilty, of course, and let's see what else. Oh, yeah, the defense attorney was claiming that he had permission to be on the land and that he was acting as a caretaker for the land. So, he's not squatting. And she argued for him to be released on bail, that he could go to presumably Ogden or Salt Lake where he could live in a homeless shelter and not be anywhere near the Montello-Lucin area. And the prosecution wasn't having any of that, saying that a homeless shelter is not a viable residence. And let's see. Oh, and Jim is on disability. He's not supposed to be working, but we've had reports that he's doing work for people on their farms and so forth. So he's working under the table and getting paid, and so that's some more criminal charges, which are not very serious, but it just goes to show his shady nature, that he defrauds the system. Let's see. The defense says that he's committed to seeing the case through, that he's not going to run away and so forth, but he has a previous history of fleeing when he's on probation or has charges waiting. So, that wasn't very convincing. Let's see. So the judge got to deciding on what should happen to him, and she says, well, in deciding, she has to go with or was it he? I can't remember. They have to consider the offense charged, the criminal history, the lack of familial ties, the danger to the community, the recent past, meaning the 2021 assault case, which is pending, and to protect a certain individual, which is named in the evidence. I'll get to that in a sec. But it was clear when she started going down the description that there is no bail. So he is being held without any bail. When they were having the discussions, they asked if they could approach the bench, and so they had a sidebar and had the white noise going, and there is somebody who is named in the evidence that the prosecution has, that they do not wish to have disclosed to Jim, because they are afraid of his safety, that he'll try to get him harmed in some way. And they asked that they be allowed to redact the information regarding that person. So I'm extremely intrigued as to who this person is and what their part in this is, because some people have said that it could be the guy that he gave the guns to, but that would be a no-brainer for him to figure out. So it's not going to be him, and so you know, I'm wondering, is this somebody who's got some vital information which could, you know, be some key in a future prosecution, you know, for a homicide. So
Yeah, I don't know. Huh.
I don't think we're going to have any clues on that since it's hush hush for the person's safety. So one thing that outside of court, when you were just about to go live, I got a message from somebody through the official Dylan Facebook group, and she is an ex of Chase, and she
I'm gonna put up
has
pictures.
a
This is
child
Robert.
with,
Yeah. Okay.
and so I've been chatting a little with her, and she was gonna try to do some
Wow.
checking and find out what was going on at the in association with this murder that the May 12th search warrant was in conjunction with.
Okay.
And
Let's do a banner
somebody
here.
was,
Oh, wait.
oh
Go
really?
ahead. What? I'm just gonna.
I was thinking it might be Robert Aviles, but wasn't sure. Now, somebody is saying
No,
that,
I put that. No, that I'm sorry. I must have missed it. No, I'm putting this up because I'm showing pictures. I'm sorry. That
oh,
confused you probably.
I've got it.
I'm trying to
Okay,
create
well,
a
that's
picture, but go
interesting.
ahead.
Okay, so anyway, she's trying to find out what was going on back in the period that would be prior to the search warrant to see if she's got any insight regarding Chase.
Wait, did she like Chase? Did she have good things to say about Chase or bad things?
No. Let me pull up her message and
Okay.
read that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Actually, after you do that, since we're talking about Chase, I want to play the 2 YouTube videos I found that I think is Chase playing the guitar. But I'll let you tell me what she said first. But this is Robert Aviles, guys. This is another guy that he's in custody for, unrelated charges too, from my knowledge. And he's the one that took Chase into Lucin. Like he took him into town, into Lucin. And so he's the one that supposedly Kurt thought that the psychic was talking about him, that he had Dylan hostage at his mother's house, that his mother, to be at his mother's house or whatever. So they went there, they went to his house and they searched everything. And Dylan obviously wasn't there. But that's him. So I'm going to show you his record I got too. I know I went over all this, in past videos, but there's new people here all the time, so it's good to go over it. But let me know when you have it.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, she says, I have a child with Chase Venstra. He is extremely charming and disarming, dangerous and manipulative man. After many dangerous, scary, life-altering episodes, I finally got the courage, decided to end his abuse. I took his messages to the sheriff and began, between the agency and the county prosecutor, they decided to press charges. He was looking to serve years. The prosecutor took one look at his record and decided he needed to be in jail so he couldn't hurt anyone else. I don't know if he had a hand in the disappearance of Dylan, but I turned over my messages to the tip on him to the tip line through a friend, as she was pretty shook up. Back when this all started, I've not heard from anyone about it. Then I've got a friend who is in Tremont and who was one of the founding four of my Facebook group, True Crime Utah, and her daughter went to school with another of Chase's daughters, and that friend told me that the mother had died and that the kids were in state custody. And she responds, Heather died of an overdose last July. Their kids are with her parents. She spoke to Chase's father right after he went to jail on her charges, and he confirmed that what Chase had said. And I've reached out to the local I know, and he said the same thing. Chase was picked up before the disappearances. That doesn't mean he is innocent, but he did tell the truth on that matter as far as I can tell. And yes, he has been in trouble more than I ever knew. And I didn't find out until I was already involved in having a baby. More and more just keeps coming out. What is done in the dark will be brought to the light. Unfortunately, we have a child together, so I'll never be completely done with him.
Wow.
And then regarding the murder prior to the search warrant of May 12th, she says, first few days in April, he began begging me for my help. He claimed that the Wadsworth brothers were out to kill him. I drove overnight to his rescue. He was acting so strangely, and his poor dogs. I'm not ever going to go there about his poor dogs. I drive straight back. It's more than 1,000 miles round trip. He was in very bad shape. The next morning he was out of hand, so I sent him on his way. He was violent and scary and wouldn't stop with the threats. My guess is he did something wrong and he called me to get out of town. But no, I don't know who. Let's see, I just had to scroll up. I don't know who he couldn't hurt besides me. I'm apparently luckier than I ever knew to survive it. So
that's a really interesting text. So she's thinking it has to do with that other murder.
Well, I was asking about the murder because the search warrant was executed on May 12th. So we know that he's implicated in a murder prior to that. And somebody here in chat says that the murder was over Jonathan Barrett Brantley of Longview, Texas, who was reported missing on April 19th at Notch Peak. And I heard about that when that happened. I used to go camping there a lot as a kid. And so that one caught my attention, and I assumed he was just a hiker because you get a lot of hiking. It's wonderful territory down there. But I've not heard a cause of death on that case, so I'm intrigued, and that does fit with her timeline, which was in April. So that's extremely...
Well, what murder are they saying he's involved? I thought it was that body that they found. So it's something else? Is somebody else you're saying?
This I can't remember her name. She was saying that it was this guy that was found at Notch Peak, who is the person he's suspected.
Well, when was he found at Notch Peak? Recently?
It was in, let me go find the story again. This was dated May.
Okay, so it's
May
not
12th, the same day that the search warrant was executed.
So what about the body that they found recently? Was he a 41-year-old man or something?
I heard somebody say that was due to a death due to
the elements,
like heat prostration or something.
You know what? Is that who Candice was talking about when she said that? Who was she interviewing with? I think maybe Duty Ron. Or no, that was the leaked audio that I heard it. Remember with Jim, and Jim asked what was the cause of death of that other guy? That's probably who she was talking about. She said just the elements or whatever.
Okay, we've got a couple of different situations here, though, because we've got this death, which happened prior to Dylan's disappearance. And then if you think about it, you've got Chase, who shows up looking bloody 2 days prior to Dylan's disappearance. Now, it occurred to me, Chase is out there in Montello and Lucin hiding out because he's implicated in this other murder. And so he comes across somebody and something happens, and maybe he killed the guy then, the 2 days prior, and Dylan comes across him, and so he gets help getting rid of Dylan because he can tie him to this other person that his blood is all over him. So I'm thinking that the body found, the 41-year-old found in the area up there, could be a second body, and Dylan would be a third, and so that would make him an official serial killer, since serial killers, you have at least 3 murders with a distinct cooling down period between. Oops, your sound is...
Oh, do we know? Oh, I'm going to bring somebody up. There's somebody backstage too, but do we know if the Chase for sure was involved in this, Dylan? What do you think? Now that they haven't named him yet, though, I don't think.
Well, he's been named by law enforcement, but we don't have a news story saying his name on person. If you check out the KSL news story from the night before last, they talk about him, and from being named a person of interest, but they don't say Chase Venstra. They just says a second person.
They do. You're right. I saw that, and I was trying to find the name. You're right. I have that article. It's one of the ones I was possibly going to share. You're right. So wonder why? Because it maybe. Let me add.
No doubt that.
Hey, Rose.
Hi, how are you doing?
How are you? So how are you involved in this case? Just a follower, or do you have any connection or anything, or just?
I've been following it all, and I got my own theory.
Okay. What's your theory?
If you really listen to Kirk when he does his psychic readings, and close your eyes real close, he comes out with a lot of stuff that should have been bought out on day one, when they were all out there, when Heavy D Sparks was. He knew that Dylan pressured washed his own truck and didn't say anything.
Was he out there with him? I didn't think he was out there with him. Nobody.
Yes, he was, because when Heavy D was out there, Candice made the statement, they're coming out of the woodworks to get information. It was Jim, Kirk, and Dawn.
But I didn't see him out there, though. I didn't see him out there in the video.
You didn't see him. But Heavy D made the comment. He got the greeby heebies from them because they were standing around as close as they could, but at a camera view, so you couldn't see them.
But maybe nobody asked her. Like, he doesn't know what they're going to officially say, but nobody asked him, maybe. I mean, did anybody ask him? Everybody's pointing fingers.
But Candice is standing there. But Candice is standing there and said that whoever did this pressured washed Dylan's truck. Why didn't Kirk say from day one?
I mean, I don't know. I would have to verify that he for sure was out there. I would like to see. I'm going to go back through that video. I didn't know.
That's the day he pulled his backhoe out. That's when he took his equipment off the property.
No, but was he there when they were saying that, though, for him to repeat? And maybe if they were on camera, he got nervous. I mean, was he actually standing there when they said that, I wonder? You think?
That was Candice's theory from day one.
No, I know. But I mean, maybe Kurt.
And Dawn.
Like Kurt really talked to Candice that much.
And Dawn let Jim live with him for a year. And he even states in one of the psychic readings that he was the one that had Jim put out there. The trailer that Jim was staying in there with Dawn's. Dawn knew that 22 was in there because he was holding it because the person that lived in it before owed him money.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need to go watch that video of the psychic reading.
I'm gonna play it. That's my
When
plan.
you
I'm
listen,
gonna play
when you
because I
listen
wanna
to
see
it,
everybody's making they're making comments about things he said that I haven't heard yet. So I want to listen to. That's one of my plans. I'm gonna listen to it here soon with everybody.
my thoughts on it. When you listen to it, close your eyes
Okay.
and just listen to Kurt, not the psychic.
Okay.
Why were the cops out there at Kirk's place for 2 days? Why was it at the bar? Why?
That's smart. I would be kind of wondering if they were. Of course, that was the last place he was
It's
seen.
been
He was friends with
confirmed.
Kurt. No, I'm
It's
saying
been
yes. I know that's good. I mean, why wouldn't the cops be out there? I'm confused.
Why has Justin, the father, been sitting at the bar for days just staring there? That man's going to have more information than anybody.
Good. He's probably giving it to the right people. That's the thing. Just because he's not on YouTube doesn't mean I think they're doing it professionally with the law enforcement. I really think we're going to get some answers. I don't know if we'll find Dylan, but I think we're going to get the perpetrator. And I think they're onto it. And it's because of the FBI and the law enforcement
I think they know who it is. I think they know.
They have to wait till they have all their ducks in a row to make the charge.
But everybody's got to stop and think. All Robert's charges are nothing but drugs. Chase, yes, he has a pretty bad thing, but I don't believe Chase has anything. I think they were the two people in town. If you listen to Ty Corman, everybody wanted those two out. I think they were an scapegoat to whoever all is involved in it. Use them as an scapegoat to keep the heat off them.
You don't think it was Jim, though?
Oh, I know it's Jim. Stop and think about it.
That's right. Then that means FBI, and they're the ones that found it. Not, they're right. Then they're onto it because he's named a suspect.
But stop and think about it. Who were the three that were the closest to Dylan and knew his habits? Kirk, Dawn, and Jim.
But I'm confused. So what are you saying, that they put Jim up to it?
I don't think they put Jim up to it, but I think Jim did it, and they all helped covered it up. Why didn't Dawn call?
I see what you're saying. You think they helped cover? Okay, I wasn't sure what you were saying exactly. Okay.
Why didn't Dawn call back Grandma until Monday?
I don't know. I mean, those are all answers. Maybe they already have talked about it, but just because they're not telling us that doesn't mean that it's not been already reviewed and stuff. I don't know though.
Right. But I mean, you got to look at the three. They knew his habits. They knew so.
But you think Kurt? Okay, wait, Kurt. You say Jim and I mean, I don't know why I'm. I guess we'll see. Yeah.
Dylan wouldn't have, other than giving Chase a ride. There is no reason that Dylan had anything to do with Robert and Chase. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You got to make it sense. Usually in a murder case.
Yeah, we think Dylan.
Whenever there's a murder case, it's usually the closest person that knows the victim like the back of their hand. Yeah. And that's all Kirk ever talks about. He knows Dylan better than Dylan's parents.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, I definitely think Robert, Chase, and Jim. Jim is the key. And then Robert and Chase might be involved. But I don't know about Kurt. I don't know. After I listen to Kurt talk, I'm still not. I don't know. I'm not so sure about him. I think he might not have anything to do with it, but I guess we'll see. But besides that, I'm agreeing with everything else you're saying. Yeah, that's what we all think. I mean, most of us do think Don or Jim. Oh, you think Don too, you said, huh? Maybe Don. Yeah. I don't know anything about Don. I'm trying to find information on him, but I
gave them over.
What?
And I don't believe they're going to find the body out there.
Yeah, I know if they had a couple guys.
It's going to be the same thing as the West case.
Yeah.
because it's the desert.
Hello. Hi.
But, everybody keeps on referring to Chase and Robert. I threw them out a long time ago.
Oh, I thought you just said Robert. I thought you said that you think they helped cover it up, though.
No, Kirk
Oh.
and Dawn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Does anybody know, is Don's last name Hill or Hall? They didn't even put it in the updated thing. I think they're doing it on purpose because they're not. Do you know? What have you, Glorindellen, you're local. Do you know what Don's last name is?
I've heard it, but I forgot what it is.
Hill or Hall? It's one of them.
Yeah,
But
it was Hall or something else. It's been reported 2 different ways.
I know I've been hearing Hill or Hall, and I don't know which one it is. I'm trying to look them up. Hill, okay.
I've had a couple more messages from Chase's ex. And,
okay, what'd she say?
She thinks that he could have, regarding, let's see, when she went to rescue him on the 1,000-mile trip where he was so freaked out, she says he could have had a friend with him, that Robert Aviles guy who was said to drive around with. So, and he didn't have any real functional vehicles of his own. He would drive her vehicle sometimes. It's got a motorhome, I guess, that he would stay in. But she's typing something right now. But
Angela, wait, who are you talking about? Who's cracking you up? I want in on it. Says, oh my God, I'm on the floor. You're cracking me up. I thought all they had last time I went. I bought all they had. Oh, you must be. Who are? Okay, you're talking to somebody else. I bought all I had last time anyway. All right, I'm gonna play. Let me play you the 2 videos I found. I think it's Chase. Have you guys seen him? He's like singing and playing the guitar. I'm gonna play him. See if you guys have seen him. I think it's him. It looks like him. It's kind of blurry. Like the resolution is kind of blurry. But tell me, Glorindellen, because have you ever seen him in person? Chase? No. So okay.
Not yet. He will be having his initial appearance on the federal charges. I think on July 19th. I didn't manage to get that written down, but I'll double check that.
Okay. All right. Let me play these. Let me know if you guys think it's him, because I heard he does play. I heard he's a musician. He does play guitar and sing. And then I found these online, so I was like, "This has got to be him." Then looks like him. He's singing and playing. So let's see here. You guys, let me know what you think.
All right.
So he'd be right there, right here, on the right. One singing. Looks like it to me.
That's Chase.
Going to Montana for the
A little moment. What? Yeah. Nice country. I like me some country sometimes.
Little doggies ride around real slow. Fiery and stuffy.
I actually have one more too. Might as well just take it. I mean, I don't know.
Well, when I die, take my saddle from the wall, put it on my pony, lead him out of the storm, put my feet in the saddle, faces towards the west.
Have you guys seen this? How many of you guys have seen this already?
No. First
No,
time.
I thought that was great.
Here's another one. Let me play this other one, and then this one's kind of silly. The song that he's singing.
Okay. I'm just gonna do it in G. I got a gal in Charlottetown. She gets drunk when the sun goes down. I like a man who's spit and she got red bone hound and a mustache too. Lives in a cave in Ohio, bathes every year when the water gets low. Smells like a critter been 2 weeks dead. Mary got a tooth inside her head. Oh, that little gal, she's sight to see. I cry every time that she looks at me. One-eyed brown with a bulldog nose, she farts out loud everywhere she goes. Mean as a cat with his tail on fire, skin as smooth as a Barbie wire. She's quite gal and I love her so. Told her once that she stomped my toe. Let's see. She's the biggest old gal I ever have known. She ain't fat, she's just big fun. Tipped in scales at 103. That is the weight below her knee. That old gal, she's mine, oh mine. Lips as sweet as a grapefruit wine. I fall down dead every time we kiss. When I revive, I sound like this. I got a gal in Shawnee Town. We go courting when the sun goes down. She's got a little sister named Emma Lou. Any date she'll go with you.
Yes, this is Chase. I mean, yeah, this is Chase Venstra singing. What is that called? So that was just interesting. I came across that. Actually, I came across that like when I first heard his name, but then I just like let it go. And then just yesterday, or was it? No, it might be this morning. I came across it again. I'm like, you know what? I wonder if people have heard this. Like, so I thought I'd play it. He is Chase. I think he's 41. I have to look at my records again. Hold on, give me a minute. But I wanted to say, where is that? Hello, Clarice. That's the Mandela effect. Yes. But that's been quoted in movies, Black Dub, before, like in comedies where they make fun of movies. I feel like, I swear he says that, but that's a whole nother story with the Mandela effect. Hello, Clarice. It's so, and he does it. You're right. If you go back and watch it, like you could even have like an old video and he doesn't really say it. Isn't that weird? I know I'm talking about like 50 different things, but that's from Silence of the Lambs we're talking about. But anyway, okay. Where are we here? Yeah, it looks like hold on a second. What else was I gonna play? I wanted to play. Do you have anything? What were you saying, Glorindellen? Do you have anything else that you wanted to add before I played some other videos I was gonna play?
No, I've just been chatting a little more with Chase's ex. She doesn't want to go into details on where she went to get him back in April because she doesn't want to say anything that would hinder a prosecution. But she's been in communication with Davis County.
Okay.
Regard it, and they have all of the messages and so forth. So, but okay. I just find it extremely fascinating about what she has to say about that incidents back in April, and this guy is found at Notch Peak, and the newspaper identifies him. So, presumably they've had the autopsy at that point and identified him. So I'm not sure what date he was actually found, but it's reported on May 12th, and May 12th is the same day that the search warrant is executed for Chase's property.
Okay.
And that he's associated with a homicide. So this is all very interesting information.
Okay. Let me see what this one. I don't know if this is the one I already played. Oh, no, this is yours. Is this yours?
Yes.
This is
I'm gonna go ahead
yeah.
and step down.
Okay, Rose. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you for coming up. Thank you for coming. You too.
What'd you make of his criminal history when you heard it?
I didn't really know it, to be honest, because it wasn't from around here, and it is an extreme violent, explosive history, and it's a long span. I mean, they tried to make his argument that there was some really bad charge back in 1986, and it was over 30 years ago, but then it just continues on every 5, 10 years, 15 years. He completes his sentence and is good for a little bit, and then is right back to the same behavior.
Was that your first time seeing him? And if so,
No.
What was it like seeing him in there?
It honestly, it was a little bit of...
Wait, I missed the beginning. Who is she talking about right now? Jim or Chase?
I think I didn't catch what she said at the very beginning because I was thinking, oh man, the wind is so loud, and not paying attention to what she was actually saying at that moment. I was trying to get positioned and not concentrating so much on what she was saying. So
but the reason I'm asking, because if Chase really was a stranger, I mean, because she's right here, she said she had seen him before. So who is she? I don't know. It's just weird, because does she know Chase from prior or not? Let's see what else she says here. It's interesting.
On my shoulders, just knowing.
Because they asked if it was the first time she's seen him.
Seeing him having to, I mean, he's not charged with anything with Dylan right now, but he's going to stay detained so we can continue working on that and finding out.
Do you think he knows what happened to your son?
I do. Yep.
Knowing what you just learned today, and that your family, I mean, you guys know James.
Yeah. Not friends or nothing, but acquaintances. Yeah.
Did you ever meet him before then?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
What was he doing with Dylan? I mean, was he working for him?
He's just helping off and on. He'd help Dylan hay out in Arco. He'd help him put together his pivot. Just day work is basically how you could explain it. And out in those small communities, everybody kind of sticks together, and when somebody needs help, everybody pulls together and helps.
Did you recall any conversations with Dylan in terms of what James Brenner was like? Or did he show any aggression like that?
No, he just said he was a crazy old man. He lived out in the desert. And that's what you'd expect from any 17-year-old kid at that time when you find somebody living out in the middle of the desert. But nothing that would have ever raised any alarm.
Now explain where his boots were found and where James was squatting.
So his boots were found almost directly behind James's trailer, probably about 150 yards behind that dirt mound. That dirt mound was right behind where James's trailer was.
Now you were out there, were you not?
Yeah. Justin and I were there. We looked at the boots behind the dirt pile when they were first found.
And those boots, when you saw them, were they buried, or were they just left there?
No, they were just looked like somebody tossed them out. Just tossed out boots, just thrown out. Didn't look like they'd been there more than a couple days, if that.
What do you think has happened to Dylan?
I think James did something to him. I think he snapped. Especially hearing more of what I hear in court and how that's kind of been how some of his charges have been. I think he snapped at Dylan and he did something to it. And, he spent a whole weekend before we got out there covering it up.
You talk about just the mixed emotions that this probably brings, seeing someone in shackles, like you said, but then also knowing that.
Yeah, it's kind of, you don't want him in shackles. As a parent, you want to go find him yourself. So it's probably a good thing he's in shackles. It's a mixed feeling until we know it's hard. I mean, you have emotion, but we need to know. Then we can move forward.
Confident in what the work, talks of their authorities and FBI.
I am. I'm confident at the approach they're taking and the direction they're going. So.
What are they telling you? What they say? Because yesterday they mentioned that he was a suspect. And
a good job of taping this. Right on.
Pretty much. I mean, that's what I'm gathering from her being a suspect. This is just some the physical.
You really got in there. I mean, the wind is the only thing, but you don't can't control that. These big news channels have, you know.
I was trying not to get in anybody else's line of sight, but get close enough to pick up her voice. And I couldn't have been more than, say, 3
What's Mom
or so
telling
feet.
you about this guy? Are you convinced? Are they telling you that he's the guy?
They're telling us the same thing they're telling everybody else in their press releases, is that he's the suspect. He's the main suspect, but I think all the other cards are holding close for reasons that we can all understand. You know, I don't know. I do know some that you know, media doesn't know, but honestly, it's not a lot. But from the day one this began, gut feeling was Jim had something to do with it, and just everything got crazy. And then as we progressed, everything's led us right back to where Dylan parked that gray truck and his boots were found. Everything's taken us right back to day one.
And that's where James also.
Correct. That's where we squatch. Yes.
Are you hearing that when I speak to Fox Elder, they're saying not any closer to actually knowing where Dylan is? Is that what you're hearing?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't spoken with Fox Elder director probably 2 weeks. I've been in contact with the FBI, but I get a daily update on an email, but I have not actually had a phone call or.
Can you share their update tonight then?
I don't. It's like right on my email, my phone, but it's all the updates been on is the search party. You know, where they've searched and continue looking. So I don't have anything from them.
Are they searching now?
They have deputies out there still browsing around, but we really need a direction. You know, even they need a direction. We can't just stay out there in the middle of the desert.
Do you think what's key here is breaking Brenner down?
Yep, that's going to be our key.
Thank you, Louis Harrow. Hello from West Wendover. So you're from Nevada too, huh? Everybody knows everybody out here from Montello, Pilot Peak, Wendover, and Lucin. Cool. Small towns are cool. I like small towns. Yeah. I kind of live in a small town. I'm not as small as this, but you know, mine's pretty small too.
West Wendover's a good sized town. I mean, you know, they're going to have your major shopping places like, you know, your Walmarts and so forth. And I don't know that Wells, I don't think has that. Wells is smaller. So it may be the nearest bank, but I think they're more likely to go over to Wendover for a bigger shopping trip.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to finish playing this, and then Black Dove, I'll bring you up. I haven't got to listen to all this yet, so I'm just like zoned into it. Hold on, just a couple minutes, Black Dove, and then we'll talk.
That's what we need, somebody to talk. And you know, when you offer $100,000 in a, I hate to say it, but poor community and nobody talks, that means nobody really knows. That means it was a very tight-knit thing that was done if you offer somebody $100,000, because we've gotten nothing.
So the key may be to break Brenner down.
Correct.
He has the answers.
He has the answers.
Any last thoughts on just, I mean, we're almost 6 weeks into when he was last reviewed.
Yeah, no, I still just want everybody to stick with the facts, and we're getting some stuff moving forward, and, you know, keep looking forward to getting the answers and being able to bring Dylan home. So.
One question I just thought, a lot of these web sleuths, YouTubes and such, they were on a different trail.
Yeah.
I mean, Brenner was like under the radar. I mean, what does that tell you?
They're absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that is my honest opinion about him now. I used the internet to get the word out because we had to. I never knew anything like this existed out there. I really didn't. But they're all on the wrong path. They're not listening to facts. They're not listening to the family. They're using it to get their hits and try to make their money off of YouTube, and it's absolutely disgusting.
Thank you, Candice.
You're welcome.
So, what happens now? I mean,
so as far as I know, it's like the FBI said, there will be somebody standing over Brenner. The heat will be on him. They will keep it on him.
They're going to be continuing to interrogate him and such until he finally breaks down.
Yeah, and I don't know on the deal with Chase. I honestly don't know what's going on. I know they listed a homicide investigation in the affidavit, but I haven't been getting any information on that or what the thoughts are on Chase. So that's that's something that's ongoing that I don't have information on.
Do you think he had anything to do with it?
I'm starting to wonder. I mean, why else would what's going on be going on with what we know now on his arrest and stuff?
So do you think that maybe there's a group, not just one person then?
I don't think there's any way Jim could have pulled this off by himself. I mean, maybe hurting Dylan, but not the rest of it.
What kind of transportation did he have? Brenner out there?
Oh, he's got a pickup.
Oh, he's got a pickup.
Yeah, he's got a pickup.
Good enough. We good?
So,
Yep.
okay.
Candice, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Talking
Yep.
with
Is
us.
that an F-250?
No.
No, okay.
No, it's just a single cab, older Chevy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I thought it looked like the F-250 that I used to drive.
Oh, no, not
Okay.
Brenner. So.
All right, thank
Okay,
you.
all right, thanks guys. We'll
Somebody else said that they thought that it was a Ford pickup truck too, so I think she's mistaken about the make. Oops, you're muted.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh my
You're
God, I'm
muted.
talking to you. I was on mute. I was saying, hey, Black Dove, finally. I've been anxious to have you up here. How are you?
I'm all right.
All right.
I found that video pretty interesting too. That was a good catch, to get that whole thing recorded on the cell phone like that.
Oh
Good
yeah,
job.
after watching the Amber Heard Dateline interview and how they chopped it up to make it look like she said things differently than she did. I wanted to have it, a continuous, no edits.
I know news. I hate how news does it. They'll play like a clip and then they'll talk and they'll play another clip. And if you like cut out just the clips, it's only like a minute or two. And then we see she was sitting there for how long was that? Like 8 minutes or
10 minutes.
10 minutes. But then she gave each channel a time, but still they never play it consecutively. Like they'll play a little clip and then they'll say something. They never play the whole thing. So yeah, that was awesome that you got it all. I'll put the link for your video in the channel. Definitely. That was really good. So you think it's not, what do you think, Black Dove, how she answered that about the car? I don't know anything about cars. So do you think that that's
I don't think
true?
that the make of the car is so important as whether or not it runs, because there's been some confusion as whether or not James Brenner had a working vehicle. If it does run, then it's possibly, that's important that they would forensically analyze it, because it could have been used for transport, disposal, whatever you want to say. The other thing that she said that was interesting is the thing about Chase, and that she says there's no way, in her words, that James Brenner could have done this by himself. That's what I picked up on from that video.
I agree, and I've heard from one source that 4 people potentially, Jim, Chase, Robert Aviles, and a 4th person possibly involved who hasn't been named in any podcasts yet. So he's a completely unknown quantity.
Oh, but do you know who it is, you mean?
I don't.
Oh,
My
okay.
source wouldn't say, but she.
Oh, wow.
She has a private investigator who's done some on the grounds work out there. So, and most of everything that she's told me, not for publication, has later come to light through other sources. So.
Wow. Okay.
There's one bit of evidence which has been mentioned in the news stories, and Marcos Ortiz mentioned something tangentially related to it, and I asked her, hey, do you know what the story is on this? And she said you know, oh, it was here and this was found with it. So there, I guess I can say it was the item of clothing that was found that Marcus Ortiz mentioned, and something else which has been mentioned is in association with finding that. And
wait, item of clothing where? Like, did they think it might be Dylan's, you mean? Or what do you mean? I didn't know that. Well, did they ever say what it was and where it was found?
Well, Marcus Ortiz didn't identify what it was, and she did, but I don't want to disclose
don't
what was found with it or where it was found. So
wow, I did not know that. Black Dove, what do you have? Like, what are you thinking now? What's your take on everything?
Well, like on what happened, I mean, as far as who did it, it sounds more and more like Jim Brenner is the one who actually did something initially, at least. And it sounds like there were people that helped him cover it up. As for Candice saying that, well, you know, everybody was on the wrong track, it's because nobody who's on YouTube is out there like investigating what the cops are investigating. I don't know how you could say that Jim Brenner was like under our radar. It's like he was under everybody's radar. He was living out there as a crazy person with 3 felonies, right? 3 violent felonies. He shouldn't have been anywhere near Dylan, not for miles. He shouldn't have been near anybody. And somebody put him there.
That's true. Yeah.
And from what I understand, it was a landowner who put him there. People are saying Kurt put him there, but I've heard conflicting stuff on that. Like, Kurt is supposedly Jim Brenner's only friend in town. So there's a connection there.
Okay.
That's according to Ty Corbin. He says Jim Brenner doesn't have friends. The only person he knows is Kurt. Because I guess Kurt
is
knows
nice
everybody.
to him because he and he's works at the bar. He talks to people, right? So it's probably just a common decency. You know what I'm saying? To be nice to everybody, I would say. I don't know if does that mean they're a really good friend? I don't know.
He seems to know Robert Aviles too, because he is supposed to be the one who told Kurt Wadsworth that Robert Aviles was holding Dylan.
Yeah, Kurt is the one. Yeah, because Kurt had the psychic about.
Wait.
Jim Brenner has been revealed as the person who. It wasn't a psychic. It was Jim Brenner who told him. And so.
Yeah, but are you sure that wasn't just misinformation that somebody put out? Because that's on that website. That's on the official site where somebody said it on that podcast, but it's wrong information. Because he's clear. I've heard him on like 3 different things, like 3 different conversations where he said it was the psychic, where he did say it was. I don't know. No, I don't want to say too much, but it was a psychic.
I guess I'll have to try to.
Unless if somebody has some kind of inside information, but I always heard it was.
Well, it's not really inside information. It was on Salty Pancake's channel. Salty Pancakes recorded a call with Ty Corbin, and they were discussing the alleged fact that Jim Brenner was in fact the psychic who told Kurt to go to Robert Aviles' house. Yeah, that was discussed multiple times. The video's now been taken down. There's also a clip on No Thanks where Ty Corbin calls in, and he said, actually Ty said it to me because I was on the call as well, and he said, you know, that Salty Pancakes guy says that Kurt didn't get the tip from a psychic at all. He got it from James Brenner. So I don't know which one is true, but which one seems more likely to you? Somebody with inside knowledge or some random psychic playing a game of telephone where it has to go through 3 people, like Kurt said when he was in that weird interview that he did a week or whatever ago. He also.
I agree. I think that the psychic is a cover story to.
Maybe. See, I didn't know. I never saw that Salty Pancakes video. Wow. Okay.
I'm disappointed it's been removed because I'd like to go check that out.
Yeah, me too. I know. I want to see it. I want to hear it. What? So that means wow. So that means that if Jim is the one that told him, because I think Jim is definitely the key person that did this. So then why would he? I'm just trying to figure this all out here. So if he would tell Kurt that, why would he even tell Kurt that?
To throw Kurt off the real trail. Because maybe Kurt was coming out there looking for Dylan or something.
Oh, okay. I see. And maybe.
And then Kurt's like, oh crap, somebody just told me insider information and it was wrong. So maybe then he began to suspect Jim himself. I don't know.
I see. So that, yeah,
And then he's like, oh yeah, psychic told me, because that doesn't really like connect me to any of these bad guys.
Yeah,
Or maybe it's for some other reason, but that's just a speculation.
That I like that. Right, I think that you're onto something more on that. Like that reasoning makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, but gosh, so that means then that Robert probably really doesn't have anything to do with it, then, right? If he's trying to just throw him off the trail.
I think that Robert is kind of peripherally involved, you know, and if I would think that he possibly the person being protected in the information that they want redacted, possibly, and if he's involved, I'd say he's probably the person he's going to flip if he hasn't already.
And Bluebird, I know, I heard that call. I have it, but I am a trustworthy source. He told me not to share it with anybody, and I never did. I heard the whole it's over 2-hour call between Kurt and Salty. I have it right now, but I would promised him I wouldn't share it. I had it for like 3 or 4 days ago, but I promised I wouldn't. But he gave it to somebody else, and that person didn't keep her promise, and she played a part of it. It's not there anymore. It was just a little bit ago. She took it. She made took it down. But yeah, I've heard it all. So I'm making my judgment on Kurt from hearing that 2-hour phone call where his guard's down because he's drunk. You could tell. And after listening to that, I think he's completely innocent. I don't think he has anything to do with it. But I mean, it's just just a phone call I heard, but it was over a 2-hour call. And it made me change my perception. I'm like, you know what? I don't think he has anything to do with it. He really seems like he really cares about Dylan, and that, I don't know. It seems like he's even still in denial that Dylan's dead. And usually people that are closest to him, you know, they don't want to admit that because they really care about their people and they don't want to admit that they're gone. So they just can't admit it to themselves. He still has hope that he's still alive. But yeah.
Call with Kurt?
Yeah, Kurt. Yep, it's over 2 hours.
I don't think Kurt had anything to do with it. He may be a colorful local character, but I don't see it. I agree. He seems to have, you know, a real connection to him. You know, whether it's you know, paternal or if there's some personal relationship, you know, it doesn't matter to me. He does seem to have some real genuine care for him. So I don't see him being at all. I mean, the FBI has named Jim Brenner the official suspect. Chase has been named a person of interest. There's nothing at all on the Wadsworths. For Jim Brenner to be named in the charging documents, in the federal charging documents, that's huge because that's a permanent part of the court record. This is not some press conference where they're saying we've named so and so as a person or person of interest or a suspect. This is a permanent court thing. It's going to be there forever now. So, you know, you can't walk back something that's in the court record. So,
oh yeah, you're right.
It says that they have some really good evidence, and I think they're just waiting. They're hoping they'll find the body. There isn't a pressing urgency to file the complaint, and they can continue to build the case. So, you know.
Can I make a remark if somebody said that she gave permission? I have those copies too, and no, it wasn't permission to play that. She probably didn't show you the whole context. It was permission to play something else. And I have the text between them. So no, I mean, I guess she could have really misunderstood it, but I don't think so. So she did it. Well, at least you know who you could trust. Maybe if you give somebody something off the record. So anyway, sorry, I'm just getting caught up with all this stuff behind the scenes. It's just all text and like, ugh. Anyway, so what else do we got going on today? What else? Anything else, Black Dove? Anything else that you've been hearing?
I haven't been hearing too much other than like the press conference yesterday with Candice. But just hypothetically, what if Kurt is being cagey about the psychic thing because he didn't want all the other stuff about him being close to Dylan coming out for whatever reason? Because apparently, this is according to Ty Corbin, Kurt didn't disclose that Dylan had been spending so much time in Montello at Kurt's RV. At least not the first time they talked to him.
Okay.
And it's well known that Dylan spent a lot of time there, and Kurt did basically divulge that in those interviews.
Do you think it's just because he's maybe it was scared? This guy's missing now, and he doesn't have anything to do with it, and yet he's probably is the closest friend he has. So maybe it was just like nerves,
It's possible that it was something to try to we know that there's a person which isn't whose name and identity has been redacted in the evidence, and so obviously there are people in the community who have good reason to fear him, and so he may have put it on psychic to avoid retaliation from Jim.
I actually got a
Oh, you got on mute. What, Black Dove?
Sorry, I got a question actually for Glorindellen.
Okay.
Yeah, about the redacted name and the person being protected. That's a person being protected from James Brenner, correct?
Correct. They said that it would be okay for the defense to know the name, but not for Jim to know it.
So now, if they're protecting somebody from James Brenner who's in shackles in jail, does that mean that James Brenner has people on the outside who are going to go and potentially hurt this person? Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
Because
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, whoa.
Intimidation of a witness, witness tampering kind of situation.
Wow. This is coming like a movie or something straight out of a movie with all this. Huh.
Yeah, it does.
It is. So let's see what chat has to say here. Didn't Chase? Yeah, Chase's dad did give him. He's the one that gave Chase the ride, right? Out of the area.
Allegedly, yes. From milepost 53.
Okay. What else do we have? I don't understand if Don is. Oh yeah, somebody said, zavgirl, Don didn't warn the family about Jim. I don't understand that if Don is best pals with the grandfather. But I just wonder, how much do you think the locals really knew? Like, do you think they really realized how dangerous Jim was?
Yes.
I mean, oh, they did?
They would have to, because, okay, so if you believe Michael Moore, the other local caller that called in, he said, well, I mean, and this guy's record speaks for itself, right? They moved James Brenner away from town because he was causing problems. And then when they moved him close to Dylan's farm, he was known to shoot at people who would take a wrong turn trying to go to the sun tunnels. Like just random strangers who would happen to drive the wrong way on the road.
Okay, never mind then. I was saying, as far as records, a lot of people don't have access looking up people's records and stuff. But like, wow, he's shooting at people?
Oh, that's got to really count against him in the federal weapons charge, because he just doesn't have them because they're collector's item. He's actually using them.
Well, he could have been using the 22 as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it sounds like everybody, including Candice, knew that this guy was nuts, because she literally described him as a crazy old man who lives in the desert.
Wait, say that. Oh, that's what they sent me, that same one.
Oh, I can't remember if I mentioned it, that the prosecution said that there are state charges on weapons as well that didn't fall under the federal laws. So there are state weapons charges and federal weapons charges. I don't know that the state charges have been filed yet, though.
So tell me more about what I still have not heard Ty Corbin's interview. What does he have to say that's interesting about the case?
Well, I mean, he's been there for 33 years and he knows everybody in town. He moved to Wells because his wife is sick. So he's like not in Montello or Lucin right now, but you know, he talked a lot about Kurt. He said that a lot of what Jim Terry said was true about the town and the people in it. He talked a lot about the meth heads out there. Which also Kurt basically confirmed himself that there's meth heads that him and his neighborhood watch follow around. He's like, there's no militia, there's no vigilantes. We just get on our motorcycles and ATVs and go out in the middle of the night and police the desert. It's like, okay, well, that's semantics.
Yes. Yep. One thing about, that's a Ford F-250. That looks just like the one I would drive. One man's neighborhood patrol is another man's vigilante group. It depends on your perspective. The people who are doing the action always think that they are justified in their action, and the person who isn't involved may or may not agree with that, and somebody who is on the opposing end of it is going to view it as vigilantism. So, you know, it's entirely from perspective. So, you know, it can be both, but it, you know, how you define it depends on, you know, how you interact with them.
Yeah, I agree. But from what it sounds like to me, it sounds like a mild vigilante group. If it's just guys on ATVs riding around, you know, checking up on tweakers and stuff. It doesn't sound like they're out there in the Wild West having gun battles.
No.
Yeah. Sorry. Did you read that, Black Dove? The exception?
Yeah, I don't want money for anything at all. Like, donate it to the family or to, you know, helping to search or something. I don't need money. I got into this by accident. I'm not a true crime person either. I'm a tech nerd.
Are you? Ooh, maybe you could help me out with some tech issues.
Yeah, I could probably fix your computer for you or build you a new one.
Really? Oh my gosh.
My computer's got some major issues. I think it's replacement time.
Yours does? But
it crashes if I like to play a multiplayer game in the background while I watch videos, and if I do that and it logs out of the game, you know, after 5 minutes, then I go to get back on and it crashes the computer. Ooh. And so I have to close the game down manually and reopen it. And sometimes I'll do it anyway.
Ooh, you're cutting out.
The computer is getting too contentious, and the little touchpad mouse won't let me click anymore. So I'm in the market for a new one.
I know. I feel like I'm going to have to just get a new one soon too. No, I don't think his gun was found. Not from what I've heard. Kentucky.
I've heard conflicting information on the
gun.
I heard that it was found in his trailer, and I've heard that it was found in the trailer after it had been searched, and then it was there. Like somebody put it there after, and then
that was from Jim. Yeah, you know what? Is that what you mean? My first live with Jim, I think what I'm going to do, it was mixed in with I covered like 3 or 4 other cases. It's at the very end. I think I'm going to upload it as a separate thing because a lot of that stuff.
I'd like to see that because
that's what he said. But Candice watched my interview with Candice because she has an explanation for it. But I'm not sure if that's where you're hearing it. Where have you heard it? Do you know what you're talking about?
I don't remember. I've just heard it mentioned in various streams that the gun is missing, that the gun isn't missing, the gun was never missing, it was just overlooked. The gun came back after it wasn't there, you know. So,
it was the shotgun. That's what she said.
About it being in the bathroom. Yeah.
But it wasn't his gun, it was the shotgun. It wasn't the gun he carries.
Oh, okay.
That one she said hadn't been found.
I see.
I'm gonna go back and listen to it. I want to make sure I should take notes on my interview with her just for stuff like this to make sure I'm saying everything how she said it. But yeah, she definitely talked about it. If you guys are interested, it's my only interview with Candice. I only had one with her, so I'm not sure if she'll do. Have she been on any other YouTube channels since well, in the last like couple weeks? Do you know, Candice, or no? She quit going. What's that?
I think that she's quit doing the local once.
Yeah, because she was all over. She was getting
network, you know, some of the news reporters
and get law enforcement help. See, I think that might have been her goal, to get attention so they come and help. Because remember, it took, I think it was like 2 weeks before
the FBI got involved, and so I don't think that, you know, the need to drum up interest in the case and kind of put pressure is there. So she doesn't need to go to YouTube, and that's okay.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I think they're gonna catch. I think they're gonna catch the people. I think they got.
I think that we're, you know, days or, you know, a week or two away from charges at this point.
Maybe even longer, because they don't have to rush it now. They got them in custody. You know, at least some of them, I think. So why rush it? Wait till they have it strong. So when they make the charge,
you don't want to file charges prematurely and then discover that you don't have enough evidence to make it stick and have it.
That's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Barry Morphew is, you know, he got dismissed, but without prejudice, so they can refile the charges.
Yeah, they should have waited.
Very unusual. That doesn't happen that often.
It might even take a couple months. Like I said, well, they're not in a rush now because they have them in custody. So like you were saying, Glorindellen, wait, they don't want to rush it. And why? They don't have to, right?
Oh,
so don't get like frustrated if it's like a week or two passes and they still haven't charged anybody. I think it's smart. Just make sure you have a good, strong case. And if it really is Jim, he's behind bars. You don't have to worry about him out hurting anybody, right? So
yeah, they're the people who are most closely involved are all locked up.
Yeah,
except possibly one person.
But hopefully they could start somehow like working their magic in the interrogation so they could find him, you know, so they could get them to tell him where he's at, because that would be the ultimate.
Oh, there are so many minds out there, and you know, they've had days in which to, you know, they could have taken him from out there by Lucin and taken him, you know, 50 miles into Nevada and put him down a mine. And you know, there are so many of them out there that it'd be difficult to check them all. Early on, when it looked like I was going to be helping Heavy D Sparks with a search, and it turned out to be a scam that somebody was pulling on me. I was doing research to pinpoint all of the mines and so forth. And there are 277 mines in Box Elder County, and probably most of them are on the western half of the county. There's some over by Brigham City, but most of them are closer to Park Valley and the state line. And you're going to have even more of them on the Nevada side of the border. So there's a lot of possible places that would be easy. And the thing is, there was a case about 4 years ago. I think it was Riley. Oh, I can't remember his last name. Let me look. Breezy Otterson and Riley Powell, I think. Let's see. Yeah, they were a pair of teenage high school kids out of Eureka, and they went missing. And eventually their Jeep was found, and it turns out that they went to visit this lady who lives out in Monmouth, which is an old mining ghost town that I go to sometimes. And when she was visiting her boyfriend, can't remember his name at the moment. Let's see. nope, don't have that open. He came, and he doesn't like her associating with people. He thinks she's cheating on him. And so he took them out to a mine a little bit north of there. It's east of Eureka, and he killed Riley first and dropped him down the mine, and then he killed her and dropped her down the mine. And it was
who are we talking about?
Riley Powell and Breezy Otterson.
But who killed him?
Let me Google that.
I mean, is it related to this case, you mean? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm saying that it was a news story which, because it was down a mine, the conviction happened just recently. Jared Baum was found guilty of murdering them. Let's see, April 15th. And so at that time, it was a big news story in Utah. And so anybody who's watching the news would see the story and be reminded about, oh yeah, dropping bodies down mines is a great way of keeping them from being discovered. So it would be on their mind as, a great idea.
I see. Hey, Autumn Ray. Huh. That's interesting. Well,
yes, he will. Oh, let's see. Yes. No, let's see. I think that
the pregnant girl pregnant by her neighbor. Huh?
Breezy Otterson was pregnant, but I don't think it was. I think it was Riley's kid. So.
Yeah, I think he is. He always wears a hat, Jarvis Jordan, duty Ron. So maybe she is still going on. It sounds like somebody. But anyway, so Black Dove, do you have anything else you want to add? I might actually end the stream soon because I feel like I've shared everything I wanted to share today. Or do you have anything else, Glorindellen, about this case, or Black Dove? Anything?
No, just that probably the Jared Baum got the idea of dropping bodies down mine because of how big a profile the Susan Powell case was, and that Josh Powell said that the great way to dispose of a body was to drop him down a mine. And so there's been a lot of focus over the last 11 and a half years about hiding bodies in mines. So that's something that is going to be a go-to for people.
I mean that's if they find mines, that would be a common thing. Actually, Black Dove, now that I have you up here, I wanted to play that Kurt Wadsworth interview again because people have been talking and they're saying, I'm glad I just remembered, they've been saying that that Kurt slipped up and said something about how was it worded? He slipped up and he said something about how Dylan was cooking his family dinner for the weekend. I tried to listen to it. I don't hear him saying that, but
the family get together that Kurt went to.
Yeah, I guess that's a thing people have been talking about. I've been getting emails that so you haven't heard anything about that?
I didn't pick up on Kurt saying anything about Dylan cooking them dinner. I picked up on the fact that Kurt said that they went riding their ATVs, but it was raining, and that Dylan was welcome, but I don't know if he showed up. I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear that either. I just wanted to make sure I'm not missing something. I listened to it over and over today, and I'm like, where is he saying that? I don't see it. It was supposedly on the Donna interview, the psychic, because I know I played the Jess and Donna one kind of together that other day. So I don't know. Maybe I'll end it playing that, guys. And then if you want to stay on and if you have any comments about it. But besides that, I don't really have anything else to. What's that?
Somebody asked a question directed at me in chat about the thing with Kurt and Jim Brenner possibly being the fake psychic. That did not come from Kurt's mouth. That came from a conversation between Ty Corbin and Salty Pancakes that was posted to YouTube. And then later Ty Corbin said it again on a different stream. And it supposedly, according to Salty and to Ty, came from Kurt. But I did not hear that. Kurt didn't say that in a publicly available recording that it was Jim Brenner. It's coming from somebody else, from two other people that had a conversation.
So Ty is saying that Kurt told him that. Is that what's going on?
Ty is saying that Kurt told Salty that, and Salty was bringing it up in a video that he posted as well. It was a video. There was a video that was a conversation that Salty had recorded between him and Ty Corbin. And in that conversation, he mentions all this stuff about James Brenner being the psychic, and it's a back and forth, like an argument between Ty Corbin and Salty Pancakes. But they're discussing Salty Pancakes talking to Kurt. Like, it's Ty Corbin and Salty Pancakes talking about what Salty was saying to Kurt and what Kurt was saying to him.
I wonder if there's another one, because the one I heard, he didn't say that. He actually did say who the psychic was, but I don't want to say, but it was definitely not Jim. At least from the recording I heard. So maybe
he took down that video off his channel.
No, but I have probably the recording that they're probably talking about, I bet. And it doesn't.
The one between Ty Corbin and Salty Pancakes?
Oh, no, but I thought you said Ty, but okay, so who did Kurt tell that to, though?
Apparently Salty Pancakes.
I thought you were saying the one between Kurt and Salty, and then Ty heard it. Okay, never mind. So Salty Pancakes told Ty that? And then what?
Yeah, so there was a video, and it was, if you remember it, it was on Salty Pancakes channel. It was like Bruce Lee fighting Chuck Norris was the actual video. Okay. Right? It was just audio, and it was a phone call that was between Ty and Salty.
Okay.
And that's where all this stuff about like James Brenner calling Kurt instead of a psychic for that Robert Avila's tip was being discussed. Okay. And then Ty brought it up on No Thanks' show, like I think a day later or the same day, where he said that Salty told him that Kurt was talking about how James Brenner called him. So
wow, okay.
That's still up, where Ty says it himself. But the video that Salty had where he was talking about it with Ty is not still up.
Wow. Okay. Huh. That's just interesting. I want to get to the bottom of that. That's weird.
It's bizarre if it's true, but it does sound to me more plausible than a psychic.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but it does sound like Kurt likes psychics. Like he is a big psychic kind of a guy, though, I feel like. But yeah, I see what you're saying as far as.
Well, he's also supposedly religious, and that goes against, whatever forms of Christianity you want to name. You're not supposed to talk to psychics.
No, I mean, yeah, you're right. So I don't know if, And
he also, did you hear the part in the interview with Jess where he said that he found out somebody was gay, he wouldn't associate with them anymore?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's following the Bible when it comes to that, but then talking to psychics. So seems a bit sus, all of it to me.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's a good point, right? Wait, where did that comment go? The psychic led to real life police raid. Well, probably because he didn't say it was a psychic when he called Candice, right? He told her, I don't know what he told her, but I don't think he said it was a psychic. So if it was or wasn't, I don't know, but I don't think he said it was. So I don't think the police were reading on a psychic's behalf or whatever, but I don't know. We might not ever even freaking find that the truth out on that one, huh?
Well, from all these photos you're showing of Dylan as a kid, I can see really now why all he wanted to do was be a farmer. That's really clear in these photos that he was just totally into it.
Yeah, definitely.
I have guys, a friend who he was driving a tractor at age 6 and so forth, and so I can totally see it. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah, I can too. I could totally see him not having a girlfriend yet too. That's not weird to me for some reason.
That never bothered me.
It didn't bother me either, especially if somebody's so focused on this. And there's probably not a lot of girls in town at his age too. And then somebody just so focused on farming that he wanted to get that situated first, and then he could have a family and stuff.
My younger brother wasn't interested in girls, and my mother speculated maybe he was gay. And, you know, once he got, you know, to be 20 something, he was working a good job, and he bought a house, and then he dated a couple of girls and got engaged and got married. And, you know, I think
It doesn't mean he's not interested. That's the thing. Like, I know people are like, oh, so he's not, but it doesn't mean Dylan's not interested in them.
Yeah.
It's not, it means that he just doesn't care. It's not that important right now. Now he's focusing on his farm so he could build a life for a woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's just like, ew, I'm not interested. It's just that it's not his priority.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's why I cite my brother, because my brother was very much the same way, and my mom thought he was gay. And so, you know, it's just that it's not the priority. You know, I'm not in a position to get married, so why bother at this stage? I've got other things to do. So
yeah, no, I agree. So yeah, it's not weird at all. He's only 19.
I mean, Jim Terry comes from big city and so forth. He's got a different.
Yeah, it's a whole different life perception, and everybody's different. Like, not everybody thinks the same. Just because he was maybe so interested in girls at that age doesn't mean everybody was. I shouldn't use interested because people use that, but just because he maybe had many girlfriends doesn't mean that everybody's the same, you know?
It's a different mindset.
My first serious boyfriend was when I was 21, like where I was like, I could consider like a serious boyfriend. So
same here.
You know, so it doesn't mean crap.
I don't think I went on my first date till after high school. So
yeah, I mean, you know, before that, it's just all, well, there are some people that have their high school loves and then they get married to them. But to me, it was just all that was meaningless. I don't know, until like where it was something serious where it meant something. But anyway, all right, guys, I am going to play this video and then I'm going to probably just end it after that. But you're more than welcome to stick interview. Yeah, because I have to play it for you guys because I have to see if I'm missing something. It's just like 7 minutes. It's not that long.
I'm going to pop off the panel, but I'll be in the chat.
Okay, cool. Black Dove, thank you.
Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for coming up.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, did you? Okay, so let me play this, guys. Or do you even want to listen to it? What do you guys want? I know I've already played it once before. I mean, it's up to you guys. I've listened to it a couple times today, but do you guys want to listen to it again and then end it? Let's just do it. What the heck? Because I just don't know. Maybe I just kept missing that part. I'm worried that I just kept somehow, because I was skipping through it like on her actual channel. I kept skipping to the parts where Kurt was talking. And then I kept thinking, what if for some reason I'm just like, I keep skipping past that part when I'm thinking I keep continuing at the same part, but there's just a part of me that thinks I could be. So I'm going to play it and we'll see. Just in case, which I don't really think. Even if that was the case, would it be that weird? Well, I guess if he wasn't honest about it. Okay. This might be loud, guys. Okay, so I redid it because I added the part I missed, and I made the volume really loud because, you know, just to make sure we could hear. So just be warned before, if you have your headphones all the way up, it's probably going to be louder than me talking. So I just don't want to ruin your guys' ears. Okay, so here we go. Where is it at? Here we go.
Be clear. Kurt Wadsworth initiated contact with me. I thought that was real interesting since his name was all abuzz on all these YouTube channels and possibly on regular media as well. And the reason why he initiated contact was because in my mini reading that I did first, I had said that one of the people working for Dylan would know exactly what I am talking about. So he scrambled to get a hold of me because Kurt Wadsworth has done work for Dylan. The third party tells me that Dylan was estranged from his mom and dad. And that's not to say they're not in a massive amount of pain. Obviously, you know, we can be estranged from our children and still love them just as much and want to get through that. But it started out allegedly with his ex-wife, who had, since their divorce, had a friend who read tarot cards, thought it was interesting, purchased some tarot cards of her own, and did a reading. She started telling people that Dylan was alive, kidnapped by a man and a woman, and being held in a container. When it got back to Kurt, he called the family to let them know what he had heard. He also called law enforcement. This is how the whole entire container thing became gossip and rumor. Now, it could be true. You never know, right? So just keep it to the side. It could be accurate. She could be right. Let's hope for it. Let's pray. And when I talked to Kurt about this, I asked, so on what basis do you think it's a possibility? I mean, like, do people out there have these, like, train containers and stuff? And he said, oh, yeah, everybody's got those. They're all over the place. Could it be possible? It certainly could. And Kurt broke down. He cried.
So that's why I didn't say he was being held captive here in Montello in a certain house. I said he could be in this town. He's not out there because there's no place.
So you told her that, and then it kind of, or you told someone, and it just went through the line, and then it blew up into this. Oh, maybe some people are holding him for ransom.
Yep.
So that's another lame rumor or whatever.
He just sold a cow, and he goes, yeah, I guess I just screwed that piece of land out there. I just, go get me just do what he used to do. I mean, what he did on the side, he done what he calls custom farming, and that's where he makes his money. He's just like, his hopes were that he could grow a crop out there, and he said, if I can prove that ground will grow a crop out there, this land he paid like $350 an acre for, him and his grandpa, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be worth $300 an acre if I can. People be fighting over it, and that was his theory. I want to kind of prove it a little bit. I don't want the whole world to know after that, because I want to be able to start buying this mile, the next mile, and then prove it out, because these people are going to fight over it at that point.
Wow.
I asked him about his girlfriend. I said, Dylan, why don't you have any women in your life? He goes, hey, when I have money in my pocket, they're gonna chase me. He's got my book back.
Oh, how funny. He was so industrious, wasn't he? What a hard worker.
Well, he just...
And creative, like, that's pretty smart not to put all your eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? Like, work for other people, but then be doing that. He's really industrious.
For his age, the kid is, is just way ahead of the time. That's why I really appreciate him. Because, at 19 years old to think like he does, just like, dude, I wish every 19-year-old thought like you. The world would be a great place.
I mean, excellent if everyone worked that hard and
just had the dreams and the want to just, make the world go around.
Yeah.
Ill feelings about, or ill thoughts about, I just want to be greedy, I want to be rich, I want to live in a big house. No, he wanted to just prove that he could do something.
Yeah, well, we could hope he's alive until proven otherwise.
Like I said, I can't think he's dead. When I hear it once in a while. But I asked my own rod this morning, just my own satisfaction, because I can't think he's dead. Why I think the truck thing is totally. First of all, he washed his own truck. I know that for sure because I deceived him about it. Because his truck was filthy, and he bought a new pressure washer. And when I seen it clean, I was teasing. I said, "Well, did you get a new truck?" Because it surprised me. I hadn't seen it like that for months. Like it was new. And he goes, "God," I said, "Dude, Tony finally put that new pressure washer to work, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, I spent 2 hours." And I didn't do that great a job. And I said, yeah, look, he didn't wash underneath at all. The wells have still had turning. I said, and he goes, I don't care about that. That'll eventually fall off. I'm just worried about, I just got...
I bet the parents in it.
I was involved about the parents, and, the whole back of his truck just had oil and grease and diesel fuel. And if you threw a shovel in there and you pulled it out, it would have grease on it. Because now... I grabbed that shovel, I just throw it in there for a minute. Next time I take it out, it's got grease on it, and then I grab it. Pretty soon I got grease on my shirt, grease on, all over me from the handle of the shovel. And that made me mad. I said, you got to get this thing cleaned out. I ain't feel anything back there. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So he said, well, look in the back. I stood up on, there's a thing you pull out. Stood up there and looked around. My God, man, that looks like a new truck, Johnny. I think, yeah, that's 2 hours of my time that I really didn't have to do this, but it's done. I mean, well, that's pretty cool. That part is his truck was locked. They couldn't find he didn't have keys. He had a key fob. He never carried that around because it was too big to put in your pocket. It was obnoxious.
Yeah.
He would just hide it away, somewhere. And he was telling me one day, he goes, yeah, I'll just key fob them unless if it's not within a certain distance truck. He said, if I got this key fob, and he would bring it, lay it on the table. He said, if I have this, somebody can go start my truck if I don't lock it. But once it gets out of distance, key fob, it just shuts off. I said, really? That's pretty cool. He goes, yeah, I don't worry about it because they're not going to get very far. They get a certain distance away from this, it's going to shut off. Now that's pretty awesome. But anyway, I didn't know that. He told me that.
Yeah, so the truck's unrelated other than, I just remember, as soon as I was watching the mom out the truck, I just remembered about that, yeah, sure, what she says could be true, but at the same time, with my brother, when he was murdered, and I went to his place to get, and the police replaced the crime scene, I went to his place to get his things, and I walked out to his truck, searched the front of the seat, then I pushed it all the way up and searched all behind, and then I did find money in the back, like I said, under his seat cover, and then behind the seat. I never, why would I push the seat all the way back after I just pushed it? And I don't care. I'm not driving it,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's just all these different options about that, but if he had set a button like that, someone could even just done the button, but either way they would have pushed the seat up. I'm just saying if they were searching for that money, they could have searched. I mean, people hide money everywhere. My brother used to do that.
Okay, so we had about 5 hours of conversation. Well, we did a reading for about 2 hours, and then afterwards we talked for an hour and a half. And the next day we did a little bit with the pendulum, and then we talked for another probably hour and a half. So there was quite a bit said. However, the bottom line is what I wanted to do is dispel some rumors. The rumor about his truck and the pressure washing, which Kurt says he knows that Dylan's the one because he even mentioned to Dylan, hey, the wheel wells, you missed the wheel wells. And Dylan said something like, well, so what? That will fall off, while I'm driving, because once it's dry, it will fall off. So Dylan wasn't worried about that. Then we talk about the seat being moved up. What are the other rumors about how the rumor got started about Kurt saying he was being held captive? So that was something like one of these chain reaction kind of things where the rumor grows and changes. The more people that it's passed on becomes a totally different thing. And then I think really important is this cell phone call. So around 3 or 4 or 5, somewhere in that time span, he did call the owner of where he parked his grain truck, which was 5 miles from his property, and the owner has not been able to retrieve that message. Assuming that law enforcement has already gotten it, it sounds like possibly Dylan was calling him to report a problem. So it sounds to me like the FBI and everybody would know, which people are really involved, and just a matter of getting to the, final details of this crime.
The guy that owns the property out there? He said, I just found out about this, this is pretty crazy. I said, yeah, it's like a bad nightmare for me. And he said, well, Dylan called me. I was split up in another time zone and everything else. So the times I can't be specific. It was 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. But he called me. I was out of service, so he left a message. and it's more than a minute long, and I can't listen to it. And I was like, that's the word. I had messages with more than a minute on my phone. I don't understand that. But he said, I called Verizon. I said, why can't I listen to this message? And they said, well, because it's too long. And they said, well, if law enforcement can get it, but you can't. We can give it to them, but not you. And I said, dude, you got to call. I'll give you the FBI guy's name right now. You can call and get this. Figure out what that message is. Because the time was about the time this probably happened, about 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh, he left a message on your phone around that time?
Oh, on this other guy's phone. He called this guy that owns the property where he parked that truck.
Oh, he called them around 4?
Yep.
And he left a message and the guy can't retrieve it?
He can't himself, but that's why I said, well, Verizon told him he wanted to hear it. But they said, we can't let you listen to it, but law enforcement can get that. If they call us, we'll get it for them, but we can't give it to you. I was like, well, that's the weirdest thing I heard of. But
it makes sense if law enforcement's already talked to them, so they have a hold on it not to give out any information. I mean, that makes sense. You know, under normal circumstances, it wouldn't make sense, but if law enforcement's already, all I heard was his phone pinged around his property around sometime in the afternoon.
Not his property.
Oh, not his property, the other property?
The property. The truck, he didn't own that property. He just had access to it. That's all, yeah. What's so confusing about all this,
The Colorado guy's property, the phone pinged around the Colorado guy's property?
I don't know if you guys want to listen to this one too. Maybe they mistaken it.
The guy that owns the property out there? He said, I just found out about this, this is pretty crazy. I said, it's just like a bad nightmare for me. And he said, well, Dylan called me. I was split up in another time zone and everything else. So the times.
This is still Donna. When I went to add that other part and mixed up, I must have put that in the wrong spot. So the Jess one isn't quite.
So I can't really say it was 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. But he called me. I was out of service, so he left a message, and it's more than a minute long, and I can't listen to it. And I was like, that's the word. I had messages with more than a minute on my phone. I don't understand that. But he said, I called Verizon. I said, why can't I listen to this message? And they said, well, because it's too long. And they said, well, if law enforcement can get it, but you can't. We can give it to them, but not you. And I said, dude, you got to call. I'll give you the FBI guy's name right now. You can call and get this. Figure out what that message is. Because the time was about the time this probably happened, about 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh, he left a message on your phone around that time?
Oh, on this other guy's phone. He called this guy that owns the property where he parked that truck.
Oh, he called them around 4?
Yep.
And he left a message and the guy can't retrieve it?
He can't himself, but that's why I said, well, Verizon told him he wanted to hear it. But they said, we can't let you listen to it, but law enforcement can get that. If they call us, we'll get it for them, but we can't give it to you. I was like, well, that's the weirdest thing I heard of.
It makes sense if law enforcement's already talked to them, so they have a hold on it not to give out any information. I mean, that makes sense. Under normal circumstances, it wouldn't make sense, but if law enforcement's already, all I heard was his phone pinged around his property around sometime in the afternoon.
Not his property.
Oh, not his property, the other property?
The property. The truck, he didn't own that property. He just had access to it. That's all, yeah.
Wait, that is kind of weird, though. Wonder how he knows where it pinged. Was that information released? Because how does he know that it was pinged not on his property, but on the other property? I mean, maybe they've let him know. Have you guys seen that where they actually said? Maybe they have, and I just didn't. I don't know. Have you guys seen that? Did they release like where the ping was? Let me see. What does it say in the? Hold on a second. In that one updated timeline. Oh yeah, it says at or near his farm. At or near his farm is what it says in the timeline. Okay, thanks, Black Dove. Where can I find that at? The approximate location. Can you maybe send me like a source so I could find it, so I can have it in my records? Because I haven't seen it anywhere. Hey, Astastic. Astastic. That's what it is. Astastic. Okay, I just haven't seen it yet. Sorry. There's just a lot to keep up with on this. Let me know. Send it to me wherever where the maps are.
Not all this, you know.
The Colorado guy's property. The phone pinged around the Colorado guy's property.
You know, the number one question that people really want to know about is, again, the scratches on Troy's arm.
The only reason I might listen to this again, because maybe the person that came out about this whole thing about cooking dinner, maybe they just mixed it up and it's on this one, because maybe they were watching it on my channel or something, and I play them on the same video where I play Donna's, and then I have the thing where it shows that it changes, but maybe they just didn't see it, so they assumed it was all Donna. So let's see if it's on this one, if you guys don't mind.
He rolls he has a 3-wheeler. Dangerous as hell, right?
Yep.
Over. Put it on its side, and that's what scratches his arm.
So I hope you guys can hear that. You just got your answer from Kurt. He flipped his 4-wheeler, Kurt?
3-wheeler.
3-wheeler.
Just kept it on its side, threw him off, and, you know, scratch his arm. It's gravel. The roads are gravel here. When you hit the gravel, you get scratched. So.
Right. So, and pictures have been taken of this, right?
As far as I know, the detective come take pictures just to clear it all up. But he ain't gonna share that with the YouTubers, right?
Right. Right.
For them, you know, to get it cleared up. So.
Yeah, and then Don quit, right?
Well, that's only been about a month and a half ago. He didn't. Yeah, he did quit. The word is Dylan fired him. No, he just gone and said, you know, I got $20,000, sold some land, and I want to go fishing. I'm kind of tired of this bullshit, and I may be back. But for now, I want to go fishing. You know, so well, I can't make you work, Don. So hope you get lots of fish. See you later.
Yeah. So Don was just like, bye. I got 20 grand. I'm out. So then all this work more falls on you a little bit.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm picking up what Don was doing. I didn't expect to do that, but all of a sudden, Don was calling me every day. Well, can you help me get this equipment there? Help me do this. I need a jack, because Don had a lot of tools. Dylan don't have any tools. I have a lot of tools, so it was constant. Now my tools are being, you know, was over in his program out there, because he didn't have nothing to work with. And that's how I kind of got sucked into it. But you know, I love what the kid was doing, and I wanted to help him make his dream come true. You know,
yeah.
I'm more tired. I don't have to work if I don't want to. I do what I want, and so that's how it kind of come down.
People are, you know, obsessed with this, him sleeping in this camper of yours. And
first camper, it's a motorhome.
It's a motorhome, not a camper. Okay.
Yes, it's a motorhome. It's an expensive unit. It ain't no little podunk camper. You know, it's just my second home. Sometimes when I want to stay in town, I climb in there and go to bed. But I made it available to him.
Yeah, so he would sleep in this camper sometimes, like when he didn't want to go home, but not with you.
No, we were never staying there together. I wouldn't want to stay there with him. It's too tight.
We've all been under.
Okay, that's one thing somebody pointed out. I don't know if that was you, Black Dove. When I played this the first time, it was either in a comment. I don't know if it was in the live chat comment or under the comment, but where he said we were never seen there together. Somebody pointed that out. They thought that was weird. I don't know. What do you guys think? Where they asked if he slept there with him, and he said, no, we were never seen there together. Don't know if that even is whatever. I don't know. I just thought I'd point it out.
The misconception, and we talked about this earlier, that, you know, Dylan was like on this farm for 3 years, but
Exactly. That's another reason there's not a lot of girls there. So it would maybe take a while to find a good girl that's his age.
That's not true, is it?
No, he's been in that area. He worked for another guy for 2 of those years, and then he managed, he had a dream of owning a section of that land out there, and he finally got it done. He had to, work through a lot of stuff. I guess his grandpa helped him do it, and I don't know all the details of that. I don't care. It doesn't matter, but he ended up with, a square mile of land with a well on it, and he was just, he thought he was in seventh heaven.
So a lot of people wanted to know, like, how did Dylan live? How did he have money?
Because he's called a custom farmer, and he does work for other farmers. He has big equipment, balers, swathers, rakes, all that stuff, harrows, tillage equipment like a disc, all that stuff. He has all that stuff, and that's what he done. That's how he got. His grandpa really knew this kid makes money. I can co-sign on this farm, I have to think, and the kid it'll make it right. And he's been a farmer all his life. In fact, he has a contract with the Gamble Ranch over here to do all their custom work, right? And he got hooked up with Dylan, and Dylan was happy as hell because, man, they put him to work. He's made last time he told me he had $46,000 coming from the Gamble Ranch, or from Landy, for doing work at the Gamble Ranch. So I was like, wow, it's not all just money in his pocket. He's like, yeah, it's going to help with the payments on my tractors and the piece of equipment they're using. I'm renting it to them, and it's going to eventually break down. I'll have to fix it. But he said, man, this is great. I'm getting some money coming in. I'm getting on top of the world here.
Yeah, so he was really feeling himself there. Because that is a lot of money for a 19-year-old,
Andrew, I know, that's part of it. But I don't know how people found out that $33,000 check he got. Somehow the whole town knew. I don't know how that happened. I just don't know. But everybody knew. And it's sad because these freaking meth heads out here, boy, they think a 19-year-old gets to handle that kind of money. Like, who is this kid? Who is this kid? I've never had a $3,000 check in my life.
But everyone wants to know why you called the family and said that Dylan was being held captive. And just so you know, Christy did send me emails, and I did read them aloud. So not exactly a secret, but
As that came through, my ex-wife called a psychic, right? So there's 2 people, right? And my daughter related to me, my daughter Keisha, she's the one that asked her mother to do this, okay? Because she has faith in the psychic thing. I've never dealt with it before. But she goes, Dad, let's just see what they come up with. We're 8-9 days into this. They haven't found nothing.
So let me take that back. He just said there that maybe he doesn't have a thing for psychics. I'll take that back because he just said he doesn't really deal with them. So, okay. I don't know if I'm going to listen to all this, guys. It's about dinner time, and we have listened to this a couple times. I was just seeing if that person got this mixed up. You guys could I'll put the link in the description of the full interview. There's 2 of them. You guys could go check it out and see if there's anything that he says that, how did they say it? It was a person that came on another show, and Kayla got up on piano and said that Kurt accidentally said that Dylan cooked dinner for him that morning, like in the weekend morning when his family was over. And I remember hearing Kurt talking about Dylan cooking dinner. No, not for them. No, don't. I just remember him saying, no, wait, I take that back. I said that wrong. I remember him talking about Dylan cooking, like cooking in the trailer or cooking, his pizzas or whatever, not cooking dinner for him that weekend. But so I can't find that. I'm like, well, where does he say that? Because I think that's where the person's saying he slipped up. But I didn't hear it in the Donna, so I can't even. It has to be in this interview. I guess it could be in the one that I heard that, that I'm not, I promised I wouldn't release. But I don't know why I thought it was in one of these. So, but I don't think that's what he said. I never heard it. But I just wanted to clear it up because I guess people are talking now because some guy set it up on piano. I just wanted to, put that to rest. If that's not what he said, because I don't think it is what he said. But so, yeah, just listen, see if it's on Jess's. if it is, just see what he really says. If he really says that he cooked dinner that weekend, or if he just talks about him cooking pizzas in the bar and stuff, or cooking at the trailer, for himself. That's all I remember. But I like when there's false information going around, I like to just like either clear it up, or it might not be false, but I like to like find it and be like, okay, here it is. Is this what he says? Is this true or not? And then we could just end the talk and the rumors and speculation, and we'll know. So, but I am gonna go eat, guys. But thanks everybody for hanging out, and yeah, go finish it. It's on. I'll put I gotta remember. Put it in my description of the Jess interview. It's True Crime with Jess, and it's in my other descriptions when I played it. So it's a link so you guys can listen. And there's 2 of them. The one is like an hour or so, and the other one is 18 minutes. The part 2 is really choppy. So I never even played it on mine. I listened to it, but I didn't play it on mine. But anyway. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming again, Glorindellen. You had some super information, and your video that you recorded was awesome. You got like right in her face, like you were right there. Like you weren't scared at all, man. You just got right there. You got probably closer than those reporters. That's awesome. And we got to hear the whole thing. So that's awesome. And then that information you got from your sources was really interesting. About Chase and stuff, and about maybe the the other murder that he could have been involved with. So thank you. And Black Dove, thank you for coming up. And yeah, thank you guys. I will chat with you. I don't know when. I guess when I see you. I'm not sure when I'll go live again. I guess if something huge happens in the case, I'll go soon. If not, I probably won't go till, I don't know. I'd like to maybe do another case, my next one, but who knows? There might be something coming up on this, but if maybe a charge, but I don't know. I think that it might not be right away, the charge. I guess we'll see. Yeah, definitely, Glorindellen, and keep me updated. Email me. I got your email, so we could chat. No. Oh, I never even said. I thought it was assumed. No, he backed out. He backed out. I don't know. And I don't think it was Kurt that backed out. I think it was the other person that was supposed to get it with Kurt. I don't know who. Somebody. No, they're not doing it anymore. I don't know. I know. It would have been today. I mean, it was going to be either Saturday or Sunday, but yeah. So I'm a little bit disappointed about that. But what am I going to do? I have no power. I can't control what happens over there, but yeah, I'm disappointed though. Because I just have a feeling that no, I guess not. Never mind. I was gonna say I have a feeling he's gonna end up doing it with someone else, but no, I just think that they're not gonna do it. That would be kind of really shady. I don't know. I don't even know who is the one that like backed out. I don't know. I don't know whose idea it was. Maybe they'll end up doing it wasn't okay. Here it is. It wasn't that they backed out forever. It was that they just didn't, they were gonna put it off for like a week. So I don't know. Then maybe we do it next week or something. But I don't want to get my hopes up. So I guess I'll keep you guys posted. I hope they do it this next week. But I mean, I don't blame him because the guy that was going to go, he said he spent like $1,000 on the last trip. It's expensive to stay out there. Even the one local we talked to, they said, you better like look into hotels. Like there's not many places and they are going to be expensive to stay out there, and probably because there's a lot of, reporters. I mean, there's a lot of news, like a lot of people, and it's not that big of a town and a lot of places. I mean, you have to go into different cities and so like I understand it would be expensive, so I can't blame anybody. I hope it really comes through next week. I guess we'll see. I wish like maybe I could just do it with him. Like if he just knew how to do it, we could just do it, and nobody has to go out there. But so yeah, we'll see. So maybe next week, guys, keep our fingers crossed so we could hear the other side of the story, because I really think Kurt actually really cares for Dylan. I do. I just think he's one of his good friends, and I don't think he was involved. Not like everybody's thinking. Maybe he does know little things, like if the whole that psychic thing. I mean, maybe, but maybe it's just because he doesn't know these people are dangerous people, and he doesn't know who he could trust, who he should say what to. It might just be as simple as that. Because, I mean, I could be wrong, and if it turns out I'm wrong, I'll get up here and say I was wrong, But I just don't think. I don't. I really don't think that he's involved. All right, everybody. Yes, exactly. That's how especially after hearing the recording I was talking about. Definitely a huge mentor, a father figure. Definitely. That's what I get from their relationship. Oh, Melody, thank you. All right, I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Go see what I could find to cook up. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.